telling you. What's that saying? Hamlet without the prince. We call a family conference for Gail and Brian to get them together again, and Brian don't even bother to turn up.
Well, I wish I could get my hands on him. Honestly, Alf, he should have been with Gail last night like I was. If she woke me up once, she woke me up a dozen times, crying her heart out.
Sorry about all the 50s, love, but I'm a bit short of pound coins till customers come piling in.
It's all right.
How are you keeping, anyway?
How should I be keeping?
Well, I'm not qualified to say, love, never having gone through it myself, but I have heard babies start being naughty to their mums long before they put in an appearance.
No problems as yet, then?
No problems, Mavis, no. I'm fine. Wonderful.
Postnatal depressions come early, aren't it?
You know, you really are very lucky, aren't you? You seem able to float your way through life, avoiding all the upsets that fate throws at the rest of us. How do you do it?
I wouldn't say I've avoided them all, Mavis.
Well, no, but you do seem able to laugh your way out of situations that would thoroughly depress the rest of us.
Maybe I'm lucky.
I'm sure you are.
Now what's he been up to?
Who?
Prince Andrew. Who else have you been dating lately? Oh, come on, Mavis. I'm not having you staring soulfully at Exchange and Martford rest at day. What's he done this time? Has he been borrowing money?
No, of course he's not been borrowing money. Well, I'm just beginning to think that you're right about my being used and abused. And from the way he was behaving last night, I don't think I shall see him again.
I believe that when I don't see it. How was he behaving?
Well, he was an hour late. He stayed with me 20 minutes, couldn't wait to get back to his wife, and suddenly he's developed high blood pressure.
Look, what were you supposed to be doing? Cheering him up, right?
Well, that's how it started. Yes, he had a problem. And I helped him with it. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong in that. You've succeeded. You've cheered him up and now he's upped it.
Oh, let's just stop talking about him, shall we?
Well, if you say so.
I'm beginning to find him a very boring subject.
I'll be ready in a minute, Vera.
Right, love. Look, Brian, don't think I'm just being nosy, but I mean, I am your mum's best mate. So it's only natural I take interest in a family. I mean, I wouldn't expect her to say no if there was something happening to our Terry, which there was not long since. She knew all about it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but this is not the same thing, Vera.
Yeah, but it's something similar, isn't it? They're next door to us, but in family way, and, well, her and her family just stopped it. Well, now Gail's in family way, and he's just stopped it.
Look, all right, if you must know, but you promise me you won't let it go any further.
No.
It might not seem a lot to you, Vera, but it means a lot to our Brian and Gail, because, you know, these things have got a habit to get blown up. What it is our Brian is still dead keen on going to Australia, and Gail isn't.
Oh.
Like I say, it might not seem a lot to you, love, but it...
Oh, no, I can see a big bust-up over a thing like that. Oh, it's a big thing to shift your family to the other side of the world. Do you all good, though? I mean, look at that cousin of yours that went over recently. He did all right for himself, didn't he? You want to get round to that cafe, love, and tell her straight. There's only one boss in the family, and that's the husband. That's something I've always said, isn't it?
Yes, you've said it, Vera.
Well, fair's fair, kid. I meant it and all. I mean, I might give our Jack an hard time now and again, but, well, when there's aught important to be decided on in our family, it's Jack that does it. And I'll tell you straight, if he said to me, pack your bags, you're going to Australia in the morning, I'd be off like a shot.
Yes, well, shall we get a day's work in first, Vera? And a few pennies, you know.
Yeah. You get round there, love. Show notes, boss.
Just go and look after your own workers and leave this one alone.
Oh, but if you were one of the workers, I don't understand you chucking in your job like that. I mean, you're always on about wanting to do something useful and refusing to be tied to the kitchen sink, and what happens? A decent job comes along and you give it the elbow.
Yeah, but I didn't have a decent job, did I? I had a little safe job, yes, but...
What do you mean, safe?
I mean, safe as far as you're concerned. There was no sexy boss chasing me around the office desk. No good-looking young salesman wafting their aftershave at me. Oh, it were fine for you, having me chained to a filing cabinet working for me dad. But it wasn't fine for me. At best, it was a dead-end job. It wasn't particularly pleasant being stuck in all day with a father who refuses to admit that you have a life outside the office.
But you were in touch with your family. I thought you wanted that more than anything. Let's face it, darling, we're not going to get any gilt-edged invitations to the family home, are we?
Is that really what you thought?
Of course it is. I don't want you chained to a desk. I don't want you chained to anything. And I don't envy any randy boss who tried anything on with you, Mrs. Baldwin. So give me a bit of credit for thinking of you, will you? I mean, I realise how upset you were the way things turned out, and I just didn't want you to cut the last link.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. But I have cut the last link. I'm not going back to the recorder office. If he'd have just mentioned you, just once, if he'd have acknowledged your existence, then I wouldn't have minded. But to sit there every day and say nothing, know how are you getting on, love, or how are you settling in, nothing. No, I'm not going back to that, love. Not.
All right, darling. Okay. Now then. Can I get to work?
I can't believe that.
Hey, well, I can. He's a funny young devil is young Brian.
Funny or not, a fella doesn't leave his wife and kid and run home to his mother because she won't go to Australia. There's more to it than that.
Well, that's what she told me.
Well, she's having you on then.
All right, he's having her on. I mean, he was sat there listening to her.
All right, he's having you both on then.
You know, you're dead cynical, yo. They're all the same, these young ones. They don't believe anything.
I don't believe a load of rubbish, and that's what that is.
Bah, yeah, you're cutting it fine, aren't you?
Yeah, we think he's kidding you.
Hey, I don't.
You would if you weren't so bad.
What are you on about?
Well, that yarn of your Brian's about why him and Gail broke up. We think he's having you.
You what?
Well, it must be something more important than that, like Shirley said.
Never mind what Shirley says. You're not here to say, you're here to work now. Let's have some out at lots of you.
Told you.
Come on, get them machines working. You had Baldwin here in a minute.
Too late, Ivy. He's already here. Or Mr. Baldwin is. Right, come on, you lot. Chop, chop. Let's hear those pennies rattling, shall we? What are you laughing at?
Well, I've just been listening to a fairy story.
Have you?
You know what they say, mate, don't you?
Pardon?
Don't you know what they say? Everybody says it. Cheer up, it might never happen. Must have heard people say that.
Must I?
Flogging a dead horse, love.
Come on, Maeve, say cheese for us.
See you, love.
Sarah.
Bye.
Well, thank you very much.
What for?
I suppose I'm the dead horse you're referring to.
Oh, come on, Mavis. It's just a figure of speech, like cheer up, it may never happen.
Or keep your silly remarks to yourself.
I'll go and get the cakes. Emily, are you stopping to have a coffee with us?
Better not. I'm working this morning. I only came in for these.
Well, for heaven's sake, tell her a joke.
Is it Derek?
You have been seeing him again, though, haven't you?
Yes, I've been seeing him again. Saw him last night for the last time.
Why for the last time?
Because, well, we more or less decided not to see each other again. It's too much trouble.
Oh, come on, Mavis. You can't just say that. It was Derek who decided to come back into your life, and I know how delighted you were. What happened to change it all?
Nothing. It was just mutual.
Mavis, I am a good friend of yours, aren't I?
Well, of course you are.
And in spite of everything that's happened, I know how happy you and Derek are in each other's company. Now, I'm right, aren't I?
Well,
You spent a lot of time together.
yes, I suppose we did. And they do say it's a sign of true friendship if you can just sit with somebody not saying anything. Well, we did a lot of that.
Exactly, Mavis. I'm sure you did, but you weren't very good at communicating, at telling each other what you wanted out of the relationship. And it's got to be done, Mavis. You've got to be more definite, more purposeful. I mean, heaven knows I'm not the most decisive person in the world, but a Margaret Thatcher next to you and Derek. Tell him what you want. But forget the buts, Mavis. There are none. It used to be wonderful just talking to Ernest about things we'd read in the paper, things we'd seen on television, people we'd met. I mean, nothing earth-shattering, just companionship. It's worth fighting for, Mavis.
Well, did you make her laugh?
I hope I made her think. Can she borrow your car at lunchtime?
Yeah, of course you can.
Strike while the iron's hot. Find him, tell him what you want, and get it. Right? Right?
Right.
Right.
Right. I take it she hasn't heard about Mrs. Derrick yet.
No, she hasn't. And I'm very glad because I seem to get the best advice from people who don't know all my business.
Which lets me out.
Absolutely.
I don't care how cheeky you are. You can still borrow my car.
Oh, thank you.
Think nothing of it. And whatever you're up to, good luck.
Well, if you think you can get them cheaper somewhere else, love, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Honestly. People.
Yeah, well, these family conferences don't work, do they, Alf?
Not when the chief participant doesn't turn up. No, they don't.
Would you talk to him on your own, Alf? You know, I won't tell him you're coming. Just come. I won't ask you, but, well, you're only man in family, aren't you?
Give over, Ivy. I'm only in there about skin of my teeth.
Well, you're his mother-in-law's husband, and you know what these young fellas are like, Alf. They'll only talk to another man. Being a counsellor, you must have done this sort of thing before. Taught young couples how to splitting up. Particularly them with kids.
Ah, well, I have. I mean, of course. Look, it's a lot simpler when you don't know them, though. Oh, go on, then. I'll pop round sometime.
Oh, no, it'll have to be quick, Alf. I mean, he's talking about seeing a solicitor. Could you come round tonight after you close? Say, after 6? He'll be in then.
Go on, then.
You're a love.
I must need my bumps feeling.
What on earth are you doing?
What are you doing here?
I've got to talk to you, Derek. Get in the car. What are you doing?
Shoelaces undone.
You're not wearing any shoelaces.
Oh, no. We can't talk here.
Oh, then we'll go somewhere else.
Mavis gone?
Yes, love, she's borrowed the car, yes.
Is she going to do what I told her?
I wouldn't know, love, not knowing what it was you said.
Much the same as you must have said, time and time again, to assert herself. I mean, it's pretty obvious Derek's the only man she'll ever have a lasting relationship with, and they've just got to sort each other out. She's got to insist on playing a positive role in his life, and if she doesn't lay down the law, he never will. I think she should forget the past, take the bull by the horns, and propose to him, in spite of everything.
That could be interesting.
Whatever possessed you to come to the office?
I want to talk to you, Derek.
But someone might have seen us.
Oh, would it have mattered?
Maybe I'm a married man, and everyone I work with knows who I'm married to.
Well, that didn't stop you coming to see me, did it? It didn't matter to you what my friends thought.
That's different.
No, it isn't. You walk back into my life and you throw it into turmoil. You ask my advice about your marriage, and then you calmly say, oh, thank you very much, that's all I wanted, goodbye. Well, it's not good enough, Derek. You're using me.
I didn't realise I was throwing your life into turmoil.
No, well, you did. And I think I deserve better treatment than I'm being given. I mean, last night I waited for you for an hour, and then you spared me 20 minutes of your valuable time.
I'm sorry, but I did explain.
Eric, I'm not asking for an affair.
Oh, no. I know that.
But I was saying to Rita today how happy we used to be, just sitting together, not say anything, just happy in one another's company.
Yes. I remember that.
Well, that's all I'm asking. That and to share your confidences. I don't want to interfere in your marriage, Derek. I just want to be friends. And if we can help each other just by talking about things, well, then marvellous.
At your place, you mean?
Derek, I'm not completely stupid. I didn't think we could come to your house.
No. Yes. Fine. Yes. I'd like that.
So it's not goodbye then. Just au revoir.
Right.
Don't worry. I'll get you back.
Oh, no. No, I'm fine.
Derek,
Yes?
when I asked you why you didn't turn up at church that day, did you tell me the truth? Was it that you felt you could just offer me a humdrum marriage, was what you called it?
Yes, I did feel that way. And I think I was frightened of taking the responsibility. It's a big step.
But you've taken it since.
That wasn't the same. That was more a business arrangement, a sort of marriage of convenience. It wouldn't have been like that with you. No, I was frightened that I wouldn't live up to your expectations, that I'd let you down somehow. I didn't feel that way with Angela. I don't think she expects much of me. But you would have done. And rightly.
Oh.
It was the same with you, wasn't it? You were frightened.
Yes, I was. I was frightened I wouldn't be able to make you as happy as I wanted to.
I'm sorry things didn't work out.
So am I. Ready?
When you are.
I told you 3 days ago. I said I was going to Birmingham tomorrow and I need those samples to take with me now, didn't I?
And you'll get them. Will you tell him to stop worrying?
Now, don't you try and kid me, Ivy. You forgot them, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I've said you'll get them. And I've got all your notes ready.
I should hope so, too. It's bad enough her not knowing what day it is without you going round the twist with her.
Now, just...
And what's wrong with her?
She's got family problems.
Yeah, haven't we all?
What's up?
He wants these samples fast for Birmingham.
Do you want Anne?
Do you mean it?
Yeah, of course I do. Come here, what's mate's got?
Oh, start of that, Vera. You know what he wants. Hey, sorry I were a bit naughty this morning. Don't be down.
She'll never get the truth out of her. Why not? Because I'm pretty sure what it is, and it isn't something you shout about.
Well, what is it then?
You know that Australian man? Well, I bet that baby's is.
You want to go and wash your mouth out, lady.
I'm not daft, Ida. I saw them together. I saw the way they looked at each other. And Brian didn't mess about, did he? He left home. Bang.
Oh, put your money away. It's a present.
Well, thank you. Say thank you very much to the nice
Thank
lady.
you very much.
Oh, come on. We're not the ladies. We're Auntie Rita and Auntie Mavis.
Well, come on. I think your aunties want to shut up shop. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, love. Bye-bye. Now, there's somebody that does have troubles. You think yourself lucky.
Oh, I do. I've told you. For once in my life, I was assertive and it paid off.
Great. When are we going to read it, then? Tycoon and Paper Girl. Flee, Weatherfield, Loveness.
Don't be silly.
Shall I red cabbage?
On its own, not a lot.
No, not on its own, with hot pot.
Ah, now you're talking. Definitely with hot pot.
Right then, you're invited. Our place. I'm dishing out at 7. Prompt, so don't be late.
I wouldn't dare.
Does Mavis want to come?
I don't think so. She's heavily into Mills and Boone at the moment, and let's face it, hot pot's not very romantic, is it? Come to think of it, neither's red cabbage.
Hey, is that right, Mavis? Are the love bugs biting?
Don't believe a word she says.
Right, I won't then. So you're not coming?
Thanks a lot, no.
All right then. See you at 7. You never said a word about Birmingham.
I told you last night. And this morning.
You never mentioned Birmingham.
We were watching the play on telly, right? And you said...
Oh, never mind. You go to Birmingham and give me a day in peace.
Well, why don't you come as well?
Me? Nah. You'll be in meetings all day. I don't fancy walking round Birmingham on my own. No, you go to Birmingham and I'll see if I can find a job.
Well, what do you want another job for?
I'm not going through that again.
Come. Come to Birmingham.
I'll see.
Come on then, Alf.
Oh.
Sit yourself down. Hey, thanks. Brian, you've got a visitor. Would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, no, thanks. I don't intend stopping that long.
Alf wants a word with you, Brian.
Good time to waste, have you?
More than you had last night, apparently. Look, sit down, lad. Don't think I'm enjoying this. That's the way it should be. Nobody should be enjoying this. Now, let's talk some sense before this matter goes too far.
It's gone too far for my money.
I don't know what your dad would have said. I only wish I did. I do know one thing, though. He'd have said, think 10 times before you make any rash decisions. Just think what you're chucking away. Now, according to her mum, this is the first slip-up that Gail's made in all the years you've been married. You've got a grand little lad, another on the way.
What? Somebody else has maybe, but not me.
Well, as I understand it, it is your baby, definitely, Brian.
Then why would Gail tell me it could be Ian's?
Don't ask me. I mean, maybe she wanted to hurt you.
Why?
Don't ask me, lad. Do they need a reason? Look, she works hard. She's got a family to look after. She's got no real prospects to look forward to.
Oh, and that's enough, is it? She works hard, so it's okay for her to play around with other fellas.
One fella, Brian. Just one. All right, I mean, there's no getting away from the fact that Gail made a mistake. She did wrong. But it's up to you to do the forgiving.
Oh, no. No, there's no forgiving. Alf, save your breath, mate, eh? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's over. Finished.
Oh, Brian. Like I say, I'm not your dad. I just wish he was here, though, because you need him now more than you've ever needed him. So just think. Think back. Try to imagine it's him that's talking to you. And listen. Say goodnight to your mum for me.
Something, love. I mean, you must have got some reaction out of him.
Well, you know what Brian's like. He hardly talks at the best of times. Like I say, it was me that did all the talking. At least he seemed to listen, though.
Oh, well. Yeah. I'm sure you did the best you could, love. And he'll take notice of you more than he would of me or his mam. Men do, don't they? They always take more notice of what other fellas say.
Audrey, love, there's no point in going over things like this, you know, picking at the bones. I'll tell you something else as well. It'd be a mistake to go on at Brian. He knows what everything's about. It's up to him to make his mind up what he's going to do. But he's a stubborn sort of lad. And if people keep going on at him, in my opinion, they'll push him the other way.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he does love her in his own way. You know, what worries me is he's trying to get his own back, even if it does mean cutting off his nose to spite his face. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's been hurt, hasn't he? So she's got to be hurt as well.
It wasn't me who brought the marriage up, you know. It was her. So why is everybody on at me when it's her that should be getting it?
Brian, love.
It's her who's in the wrong, ma'am, not me.
Well, we know that.
So why is everybody on at me, then?
Because what she's done's done. And anyway, nobody's saying that you're the one to blame.
Doesn't seem like that to me.
But keep going on about it, Brian. Keep saying as how she shouldn't do it. That's not going to mend anything, is it? She knows she's done wrong. I mean, the milk's spilt now, Brian, so there's no point in keep crying over it. All I'm trying to do, love, is stop you and Gail from smashing the jug.
I thought you'd be on my side.
I am, you know I am. It's your life I'm thinking of, yours and little Nicky's.
If you're on my side, then, why did you get Alf Roberts round to have a go at me last night?
Now, come on, Brian. Alf talks a lot of sense, if you ask me. And I agree with him about solicitors anyway. You start bringing solicitors in, it's going to be very hard to turn back.
Who wants to turn back? I want to get this thing straightened out once and for all. And that's why I'm seeing a solicitor this afternoon.
Brian!
You mean to
didn't get in till that time. 3 o'clock. Oh. I'm going against someone now.
Well, if you're as old as me. Hey, I'm going to enjoy it whilst I can.
Well, I don't blame you, lass.
You're only a young one, you know. Hi, morning, Vera.
Did you clock me in?
Have I eckers like?
Oh, God help us. What's Marty Mouth doing here at this time?
Don't ask me, I only work here, same as you.
It's your mate, this clocking in, you know. It's degrading. We're not flaming robots, we're not clockwork. Anyway, they've done away with all this now, you know. They have a book and you sign. You don't have a take it up with him.
You'll take it up with him if you feel that bad about it.
Well, you are the shop steward.
Not for much longer, I'm not.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'm going to chuck it in, I'm resigning.
Oh, aye. Well, for all good you've done us, you might as well have resigned long since.
Right, that the lot?
No, there's this letter to Proctor's.
Well, where's Ivy? She should be in here.
Oh, I haven't seen her yet. What time are you off to Birmingham?
The 10:55 train. I'm sick to death of fighting the motorway repair works. Oh, well, I'm taking Susan with me. Well, it'd be a day out for her, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, hope we have a successful day.
I don't see why I shouldn't. No harm in mixing a bit of business with pleasure. Especially when you get as much pleasure out of doing a bit of business as I do.
Are you really chucking up being shop steward? Yes, I am. I'm fed up with it. I get it not but flack off Baldwin and moaning off you lot. Any road, I think somebody younger should do it.
Hey, well, don't look at me, because Muggins here ain't doing it. You know you've no fight in you lot. You don't need a shop steward, you need a flaming sheepdog.
Well, who's asking you? I said somebody younger. Hey, Ivy, Ida says she's giving
Not
up
now,
being
Shirley. I haven't got time.
Oh, so you finally decided to join us, have you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bowen.
Right, well, this afternoon while I'm away, if there's any crisis you can't handle, stall them until tomorrow morning, all right?
Yes, Mr. Bowen.
Well, while my back's turned, make sure that idle shower out there goes through the motions, will you?
What's up with Ivy?
Oh, well, it'll be Brian, won't it? Now he's walked out on Gail, it'll be Ivy that's having to put up with it, isn't it?
2 Ambalm cakes.
Oh, thanks, love. Gail, I hope you won't mind me sticking my oar in. Only I know you're having a bad time, and I just want to say, a lot of couples go through a bad patch, you know. Separate, even. Len and I did, you know. But we got back together again, and somehow, in a strange way, we were stronger for it afterwards. Look, you're entitled to tell me to mind my own business, love, but you look so tragic, I just wanted to help if I could.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for trying. But I don't think me and Brian will be getting back together again.
You don't know that.
Well, I think I do.
Right. You can have a cup of coffee now, Rita. Oh, hello, Gail. Oh, no disrespect to your coffee, of course, but we have to keep the kettle on the go all the time, and it's the only thing that keeps us sane sometimes. Oh, well, I've just been having a go with Deirdre Barlow's pricing on, well, I say Deirdre's, it's ours really, if everybody had their own, but it's wonderful for pricing things up. We ought to get one.
Bye, love.
Oh, bye. Doesn't she look awful?
Well, seeing she's having a baby and her husband's walked off and left her, she's good cause.
I just don't understand Brian doing a thing like that. I mean, I always thought he was such a nice lad. What's it all about?
I don't know, do I? Mind you, I think I might have got to know just then. I think Gail was just on the point of unburdening herself to me when you came in with a song in your heart and the moment went.
Well, don't blame me. It's not a crime to be cheerful.
Hi, Suze. It's me. Hello, love. Look, we've got half an hour to catch the train. I think I'll get a cab. Save all that parking bit, won't it?
Mike, do you mind if I don't come after all?
Well, what's the matter? Aren't you feeling so good?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that I've gone off the idea of coming on this trip. I mean, they'll only be in the way, won't I?
No, darling, never.
It is a business trip.
So, they meet my beautiful wife. They know they're dealing with a man of shrewd brain and impeccable taste.
Honestly, I'd rather not go. I've got loads I've got to do. I could have a special meal waiting for you when you get in tonight.
All right, suit yourself. I'm not going to try and twist your arm.
Come on, I'll run you to the station. Save on taxi fare, won't it? See, I'm getting as businesslike as you.
Have you seen Farling coming at Keys, Emily?
No, they're usually on that train.
Well, they're not here now. I wonder if Mr. Bowen's took them with him this morning. Oh, never mind. I'll have a good look after dinner.
All right, well, I'll help you then. Only after.
Come on, then. Hey up, don't jog, mate. This is important.
Well, you've hardly done a stroke since Baldwin walked out here.
Well, so what? Anyways, the right slave driver when he's here. Oh, why should we look harder than Anna?
Okay,
Hey, kid, do you fancy a bit of dinner at Paul?
no, thanks very much, Vera, but I want to go home.
He'll have a white hair, that son of hers. You're always bragging about him, you know. Yeah, and calling out terror. But our Terry hadn't got his wife up the spout and walked out on her, has her?
It was the other way around with your Terry. She didn't want to know about him.
Yeah. Well, she didn't know when she was well off, that Andrea Clayton. Hey, Cheryl, do us a favour this after. Clock us in, eh?
Why can't you clock yourself in?
Well, I've things to do. I might be a little bit late back, you know.
You don't have to take some liberties, you.
Well, that's what life's all about, isn't it, kid?
Well, to be quite honest with you, there's been that many long faces in shop lately. It was a pleasure to see Mavis with a smile on her face for once.
Yes, she is in good spirits, isn't she?
You can say that again. Do you know, she went berserk with my pricing gun this morning. It was all I could do to stop her doing both knees, 99 pence each. Talk about skittish.
Well, you know why, don't you?
No?
Well...
Hiya, can I just leave this with you? It's me on my shopping list.
Oh,
Pick
right.
it up tonight, all right?
OK, lad.
It's Derek. He's back again. In Mavis's life.
Yeah, do you know, it's true what they say. Women deserve everything they get.
Well, I know what you mean about Derek, of course.
Well, he's never done anything but lift her up and then drop her down again, has he?
But they do keep gravitating towards each other, don't they? Perhaps it's fate.
Worse than death, if you ask me. Can you manage, anyway? Ah,
Hello.
ta-ra.
Hi,
Any chance of a bit of dinner?
Alf, I've just been at the cafe. Gail looks terrible. You can't help but notice.
Brian hadn't been to see her then.
No, did you think he would?
Well, after I spoke to him last night... Oh, I don't know. Look, I think we've done enough talking and pleading. Whatever happens now is down to Brian.
Right, I'm off back to work, Brian. Oh. You're not going back to work?
I told you this morning, Mum. I'm seeing a solicitor at 2 o'clock.
Don't go, Brian. I'm telling you, love, you'll be setting something on. You'll not be able to stop.
Who wants to? Look, Mum, there's no future for me and Gail. We're finished. Her doing, not mine. I want a divorce.
I'm not going to remind you of your religion, Brian.
No, and you needn't bother.
Because if it meant anything to you, I shouldn't have to. You say you're finished with Gail? Well, are you finished with Nicky as well? Because that's what it's going to mean, Brian, if you set on divorcing her. Don't kid yourself, love. You'll be losing your son. I'll be losing my grandson, but that's not why I'm pleading with you.
It's Gail who's in the wrong, Mum. So I'm going to be asking for custody. She's the one that's wrecked the marriage, so I'm going to be asking for Nicky.
But you won't get him, Brian. Face facts, love. They always let the mother have the child.
No, they don't. Not always.
I'm telling you, Brian, if you bring the law into this, you can say goodbye to Nicky. And anyway, what if you do get the custody of him? Have you thought? You'd be taking him away from his mother, Brian, and he needs her. He needs her a lot more than he needs a father. Mind you, he needs you both, love.
Mum, I've got to go. I'm going to be late.
Just wait till I tell your dad. Just you blooming wait.
Are we all right for zip cider?
I think so.
Oh, shout up if you want some.
Where's Vera? I don't know. She went to the toilet, I think.
Just,
I don't know why I bother. Well, she won't do it for you, you know.
Thanks, love. Ta-ra now. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Audrey. Oh, hello, Brian. Did you want a word?
Yeah.
You wouldn't like to make us a brew, would you? I think we've earned a cup of tea.
But I want... All right, all right.
I was supposed to be seeing a solicitor this afternoon. I had an appointment for 2 o'clock. I didn't keep it, though.
You didn't?
Decided to leave it for a day or two. Suppose I'll still have to pay the bloke for wasting his time, but, well, I'm not bothered about that.
Oh, you're right there. I mean, what's money when it comes to your life? I think you made the right decision there, Brian.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've not changed my mind around. As far as I'm concerned, things are just the same as before. I'm just in no rush to get things legal. Not as long as I can have Nick around at my mum's place and so on.
Well, Gail hasn't said you can't, has she?
No, not as far as I know.
Well, then, I'm sure she don't want to be awkward with you, Brian. Go tell her.
Oh, no. I'm not going on the house, and I'm not going to ask her for any favours. Just tell her what I want. That I want Nicky around at my mum's place. She can fix it up with Audrey.
Aye, all right, Brian. Leave it with me.
She must have seen me. She looked straight at me.
Will she recognise you?
Of course she would. And as soon as Mighty Mouse gets home tonight, well, she'll drop me right in it, won't she?
Well, it's your own fault, Vera.
Whose side are you, woman? You're supposed to protect my rights, you.
Oh, you don't want a shop steward, you want a fairy godmother.
Typical, isn't it? You soon find out where your mates are and go and get scrubbed.
Hey, up. Hey, up. And that's you for the high jump.
Oh, hello. I thought you were in Birmingham with Mr. Barley.
Yeah, well, I didn't go at the finish. Mike asked me to drop these off. Keys for the filing cabinet.
Oh, I've been looking all over for them.
Oh, Mike was in such a rush he forgot to drop them off.
Well, nice of you to bring them round, love. I mean, we could have managed till tomorrow, but thanks anyway.
It's my pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
Well, thanks very much. You just couldn't wait, could you? Round here like a flash telling your tales.
Have you quite finished?
Finished? I've not started, me.
You're up, Vera.
Well, some of us have to work for a living, you know. Slaving away on these machines. We can't all marry a bloke with money bags.
Give it a rest, Vera. Sounds to me as though you've got a guilty conscience.
Conscience? There's not wrong with my conscience. I don't go around talking about people.
Vera, what the heck's going on?
Coming round here trying to get me in lumber. If I get the push, this is a union matter, you know, because she's no right to interfere.
I'm not standing listening to any more of that.
You come back.
Vera, will you calm down and tell me what you're getting steamed up about?
You know damn well what I'm on about. Coming round here telling tales about me. I only slipped out for a minute.
She came to give me the filing cabinet keys, that's all. Nothing to do with you.
You've just talked yourself into a load of trouble. You and your big mouth.
Terry, will you give this to your mum for me?
Yeah, what is it?
The account for the papers. 5 weeks. Unless you want to pay it for it.
You must be joking. I never get it back. Well, that reminds me, while I'm here, can I cancel my weightlifting, Meg?
Yeah. Got tired of it, have you?
No, it's just that I reckon carrying curly's enough exercise for anybody. See ya.
Raleigh.
All right, mate.
Oh, hello, Derek.
Hello. Hello, Mrs. Fretlock.
I'm just about finished, Derek. Derek and I are going out for a drink this evening.
How very nice for you.
Just a quiet drink and a chat, you know. Just unwinding after the day's work. Well, I'll just go and powder my nose.
No, I'm afraid something's cropped up unexpectedly.
How do you mean?
Well, unfortunately, I have to get home early this evening.
Mrs. Wilton put her foot down, has she?
Rita, please.
No, it's more a case of...
Evening. Oh, hello, Derek.
Hello.
You're keeping well, I hope.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I think we should go upstairs to the flat, Derek.
Yes, right. Although, I can't stop. Nice to have seen you.
Yes.
Maybe?
Good to see things working out so nicely, don't you think? You think things are working out nicely, do you, Emily?
Well, despite everything, I've always thought Mavis and Derek are well suited. And quite frankly, I'm very glad I encouraged her to take up with him again.
Emily, there is something that I think you ought to know. And the only reason I'm telling you this is so you won't put your foot in it in future. Derek is a married man. Married? Derek? Oh, surely not. You must be making a mistake, Rita. It's not me that's making the mistake.
You did right, you know, Brian. Married couples have got to solve their own problems. Them solicitors are no good.
I'm still going to be seeing him, Mum. Just want to see if Gail behaves herself over Nicky, that's all. It's like I told Alf.
I'll get it.
Hello, Grandma.
Nicky! Well, come on in, Gail.
Thanks, Ivy.
What are you doing here? It's Nicky I want to see.
Hello, Daddy.
Ah, hello, soldier.
I shouldn't have come.
No, you're all right. You sit yourself down. Nicky, come and see what your grandma's got for you. Come on, we'll go to the corner shop and see what they've got here. You can see your daddy when we get back.
Mum?
I won't be a minute.
You're offended now, aren't you, Mavis?
When I make an arrangement, Derek, I expect people to stick to
Look,
it.
I've explained.
You led me to believe that you and your wife lived separate lives. Now you're telling me that you have to get home early because you're entertaining. What am I supposed to think?
Father's coming to dinner. He's my boss, Mavis. I have to be there.
Well, then don't let me stop.
My job depends on it. Mavis.
Well, yes, I realise.
Look, I know you were looking forward to my company. Naturally, you're disappointed. It's the classic syndrome, isn't it? Like you read about in the colour supplements. Life's very difficult for the other woman.
What do you mean, the other woman, Derek? I am not the other woman.
I'll phone you in the morning. From the office.
Derek, Good night.
I bet you're doing the cooking tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, have you seen it? I just don't fancy peeling spuds.
Oh, well, that's why we sell frozen stuff. 140 change, love.
Yeah.
Ta-ra.
I love it. Hello.
There you go.
Hello, sunshine. Oh, give us a kiss. Oh, you got both your grannies here now, haven't you?
Yes, I promised him a treat, haven't I? Go and help yourself over there, love.
Is Gail with Brian, then?
Yes, I've got out quick and I've left him to get on with his hope for best.
What's the atmosphere like?
Frosty.
Well, it's bound to be, Ivy. Bound to be.
Well, at least they're talking, aren't they? That's the main thing.
He keeps asking me when you're coming home.
What do you tell him?
Nothing. I changed the subject.
Sooner or later, he's going to have to know what's happened. Well, unless you tell him a load of lies. Mind you, you've had plenty of practice at that, haven't you?
I didn't come here to quarrel with you, Brian.
So what have you come here for? It's Nicky I wanted to see. And I've got a right to see him, you know, and I'm going to make sure I do.
I won't try and stop you. I don't want Nicky to lose his daddy, you know.
Keeps asking about me, does he?
All the time. He misses you.
Well, I miss him and all. I'm going to have him as much as I can. My mum won't mind him come around here at weekends.
Well, that'll be very nice for him, having a daddy at weekends.
This is not my idea of a good arrangement, you know. I mean, it's you that's in the wrong, not me.
I know, and I've said I'm sorry. I don't know how many times I've said it. Look, he needs us both, Brian. You as well as me. And I don't want Nicky to suffer for what I did, so if you can't forgive me, don't take it out on Nicky.
I'm doing no such thing. You keep twisting things. You're making out it's me that's in the wrong.
No, I don't. Honest. It was me. My fault. I'm to blame. I wish you could get over it, Brian. I wish you could forgive me. And we could get back to how things used to be.
I can't forget it, Gail. I can't pretend as though this never happened. We can't get back to what we used to have.
Well, can we try again, then? I'd do my very best, Brian. If you'd just come home. Well, we could try, couldn't we?
If I did come back, it'd be for Nicky's sake.
I don't care why you do it. I just want you to come home to us.
And I'll tell you something else and all. If you really want me back,
I do.
that's got to go. The kid. Otherwise, you can forget it.
You're a bit previous, aren't you? It's only for a checkup.
Oh, it's not just dentist. I've not been sleeping too well. Seem to have a permanent headache these days.
Hardly surprising, is it? Anyway, how are things?
Well, I'm living in hopes that they'll come to the senses. I mean, what else can I do?
Hello.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? Of course, it's Gail I feel sorry for.
I feel sorry for all of them.
Serves her right for getting married in first place. I wouldn't.
Oh, I would.
Sounds like some lucky lad's being missed.
Oh, I'll be glad to have him back. Him and his silly little Tash. Why his dad had to move to flipping Southampton, I don't know. Hey, mind you, I wish mine would.
Hey, guess what?
You've been chosen to do song title for next James Bond film.
No, nearly as good, though. Me and Ellie go on Abersock at half term.
Just the two of you?
No, her mum and dad have got a caravan down there, so all family's going. Be a madhouse, but it should be great.
Oh.
You're not actually going to buy this thing, are you?
Why? What's wrong with it?
You being away has furthered my education. Now I know what lonesome is.
Jenny,
Oh,
get off.
I think that's lovely.
cute. And a cute little teddy bear and all. Oh, I hate cute.
Right, I'm going to have it then.
Good. And you're too young to be cynical, madam.
Oh, she's just going through affairs.
I have nothing against mush for golden oldies who've got no better to do. And that's why I told my dad to take you away for a weekend while I'm raving it up in Welsh Wales.
You did what?
Be a nice little break for you both, I said. Pick up where you left off in Jersey, I said. And you won't have me goose going on this time neither, I
You
said.
said a lot, didn't you?
I did.
And how did he take to you giving him his orders, your dad?
Oh, he's used to it. I've got him well trained. That's where Gail Tilsley went wrong, you know.
Listen to it, a 15-year-old expert. She could give Anna Rayburn lessons, this one.
You don't have to be an expert to work out she's one who gets lumbered with two kids while he's left free to have a good time. Fellas always come off best. That's why I'm not bothering.
I used to think like that. Till Kev.
Oh, sugar.
You can spare if you get blood all over his dummy.
But it's half of the sympathy. Heaven forbid I might need a transfusion.
Well, it's your own fault for not watching what you're doing half the time.
Oh, she's too busy clucking him in there.
Yeah, well, he's playing a cat and mouse with us, isn't he? I mean, there's an end of fellas like him, you know, that enjoy watching women suffer. They'll be having boots and whips next.
Oh, give all the flipping drama queen. They might never even notice you skived off yesterday.
Oh, and is it Madam Baldwin that passed up chance of telling that she spotted me?
Why should she? She's got better things to do with her time. Like spending his money for her.
Hey, here it comes.
Oh, don't worry, we'll all dip in for your leaving, Prezi, won't we?
Well, I won't. It's her own stupid fault.
Hello, Mr. Baldwin.
Did you want something, Vera?
No, Mr. Baldwin.
It's just every time I turn around this morning, I feel your beady eyes on me.
Oh, well, I was just admiring the shirt. It's a lovely shirt, isn't it, girls? Ever so, ma chérie.
Hello, Ivy. Left a couple of molars in, did he?
No, just to fill in, Mr. Bowen. Mouth's still a bit frozen, you know, I find it hard to talk.
Yeah, that's an idea. I wondered if he'd give me a discount for doing that lot wholesale. Vera, I know I'm gorgeous, but for God's sake, stop watching me, will you? You're making me nervous.
Not half as nervous as you're making me, Carl.
Look, he knows nothing. Will you tell her, Ivy? She's driving us potty.
I'm keeping out of it.
Oh, wow, you've a look on your mind, haven't you, love? So what's the latest with them two? Oh, fresh.
Well, Gail took little Nicky round to see his dad last night.
And?
What did they say? I don't know, Ida, because I took myself off out. Unlike some people, I have a bit of tact. Mind you, I say I'm keeping my fingers crossed, Vera.
Ma'am! I'm sorry. Have you been waiting long? It's just we had a sudden rush on and I couldn't get away.
Come on, sit down, stop faffing. Get your breath, come on. It's not good for you, all this, you know. Right? Now, come on, tell your mother all about it.
Oh, ma'am.
It's all right, come on. It's going to be all right, I promise you it's going to be all right.
No, it's not. It's getting worse. It's a nightmare.
How do you mean, worse?
I went round there last night, ma'am. I begged him. I practically crawled on my knees. I said over and over how it was my fault. I was to blame. And I just hoped in time he'd be able to forgive me. I told him how much we both wanted him to come home.
You didn't want to know?
Oh, yeah. He was prepared to consider it. He said if he did come home, it'd be for Nicky's sake. I said I didn't mind why he did it. I just wanted him to come home to us.
Well, there you are. That's a start, isn't it, eh?
And then he said, if I do come home, that goes. The kid. Oh, you can forget it.
What? He said that, Gail? Oh, oh, come on. Now stop it. Come on. Oh, here. I thank you. Oh, what did you ever do to deserve all this? I don't know.
I made a mistake, Mum. And I'm going to pay for it for the rest of my life. The thing is, Nicky's going to pay for it as well.
What about Ian? I mean, maybe when you tell him what's
Mum,
happened...
he's never going to know.
But he could help, Gail. I mean, after all, it could be his kid. I mean, he's got a right
He's
to know...
no rights. All I was to him was a flash in the pan. He's made that quite clear. It's over. It's done.
Fair enough, fair enough. I just thought it were another option, so... Well, where are you going to do it? It's not easy bringing up a kiddie on your own, you know. Honestly, I know that. I've done it.
Did you ever wish you got rid of me?
Not for one single solitary moment. Well, maybe once or twice when you were screaming blue murder in the middle of the night with your teeth.
I know it wasn't easy. But you coped, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I coped. After a fashion. But listen, love. Now you'll have two to worry about.
Well, I've got you, haven't I?
Of course you have. You got me. Got Alfie. We'll help as much as we can. You know that. It goes without saying. It's just that it is up to you, lovey. Which do you want most? Brian or the baby?
I can't get rid of it, Mum. I can't kill my own child. And I don't think I want to live for the rest of my life with a man who wants me to.
You've just missed her, Emily. Just gone to the wholesalers. Can I give her a message? I was wondering if she was free tonight. She did say she was sorry to have missed Out of Africa when it came round, only they're showing it again at Studio 3. Oh, I don't think she's got any plans. Mind you, you never can tell with Tilly Floss these days. She's not still seeing Derek, is she? In spite of... Oh, I don't think it's in spite of. I think it's because of. I mean, he's got a whole new charisma now he's forbidden fruit. Well, let's face it, he didn't exactly have a surplus before. No, but seriously, I still can't get over Mavis going out with a married man. She says she's not going out as such. But they do go out. They've had meals and things. Ah, but only as good friends. Not the same thing at all, according to Madam. Mind you, she makes her own rules. Well, let's hope his wife will appreciate the subtle difference if she ever finds out. Bye.
Well, that sounds like an unusually spicy bit of gossip for this place.
Not at all. This place is rife with spicy bits of gossip. It's just that I protect your delicate ears from the more sordid bits.
Oh, spoil sport. Are you busy?
Busy? I have been rushed off my feet. I've just sold 3 separate quarters of humbugs in succession, but you know me, I'm a trooper.
Do you think you can be serious long enough to discuss a holiday?
Depends. Is it a serious holiday?
Well, no, it's going to be a laugh a minute, I hope. Now, what it is, Jenny's going away with a mate at half-term, and I thought it'd be an ideal chance for you and me to have a little break together.
Oh, we've only just had one.
Well, let's have another one, on the principle that you can't have too much of a good thing. It was good, wasn't it?
It was smashing.
I'm not talking about a Caribbean cruise, you know. It's more your cheap weekend mini break. But, I mean, you can go to some smashing places. You can go to seaside, country, town, you name it.
What I'd like is somewhere with bags of character, somewhere that's old and comfy and lived in.
Well, you'll have a man to match, won't you? What more do you want?
I saw Mr. Marshall, and he's perfectly happy for the pro forma invoices to be sent on.
Well, never mind that for a minute. There's a bit of a mystery going on around here. And I don't like mysteries. Upsets me biorhythms.
Oh,
Yeah, I get the distinct feeling that something's bugging the lovely Vera. And somehow or other it involves me. Got any ideas?
Well, not really.
Oh, well, that means you have. Well, come on then, Em. Spit it out. I mean, you're going to sooner or later, aren't you? Might as well be sooner.
Well, all I know is that Vera and Susan had some sort of contretemps while you were in Birmingham.
Vera and Susan? What was Sue doing here?
Sorry, Mr. Baldwin, I really think you'd better ask Susan. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Place hasn't been decorated 5 minutes and already somebody's wrote wrong things all over the wall.
Scourge of the time did that. They're not happy unless they're defacing property. Some folk, they've no respect for nothing.
Morning.
Hello, love.
Hey, I don't know. It's like having soda Dracula hanging over your head all the time. Place I've got with my bowels, you know, stress.
Don't talk to me about stress, Vera. Just seen Gail go into our house. That's the only reason I'm in here.
Oh, to see Brian. Hey, well, that sounds promising.
You didn't see her face, Vera.
But you have to be now, Brian. It's our busiest time of day at the cafe.
To hell with the cafe. What's more important, that or us?
Yes, you're right. I was just hoping for a bit more time to think.
Well, I've stood all the thinking I can. My brain feels like it's going to explode. I need to know where we stand.
Me too. I take it you've not changed your mind.
Did you expect me to?
Well, I thought when you'd had chance to sleep on it, you might see what an impossible ultimatum you've given me.
It's a straightforward choice. Me or the kid. I grant it's not easy, but I presume you didn't expect it easy.
And you do that to our baby.
Your baby, Gail. Yours and his.
It could be yours, Brian. You've always known that. Don't do this to us. You must hate me very much.
I don't hate you, damn it. I've said I'll come back to you, haven't I?
At a price you know I can't pay.
I see. So that's it, is it?
I can't get rid of it, Brian. Don't make me. I can't.
Well then. You've made your choice, haven't you?
I don't suppose I get out back on this.
Sorry, Percy.
No, that's it, you see. We live in a disposable society. Nothing has any value. Just chucked a lot away. Graffiti litter. All symptoms of same sickness to my way of thinking. I'm right behind this Clean Up Britain campaign.
Aye, and I'm right behind you and all, Percy. That's £2.40, please.
Where are you, Alfie? Your lunch is getting cold.
Oh, I'll be with you in a minute, love. I'm just waiting for David to come back.
It's on the table, love. I've had mine. Oh, look, I'll hang on here. You go and get started.
Oh, aye, right, Sam.
Thank you.
Come on, Dee. 5 minutes.
All right, all right.
What happened this morning? Things no better?
Oh, they'll sort something out.
See, what did I tell you? Hey, you know who's going to be poorly after all this, don't you?
Who?
You are.
I'll walk along with you, Counter. There's a little scheme I've been hatching I'd like to discuss with you. It does have a fair amount of merit if I do say so myself. Let's have a go.
I saw Gail go, Brian.
Did you say anything?
No, she was dashing back to work.
Oh, yeah. Mustn't be late for work.
She'd been crying, I could see that.
Yeah, well, it's no laughing matter, is it? Divorce.
Oh, dear God, Brian, no, don't say that.
You knew it was on the cards, Mum.
Yes, but I were hoping while you were still talking to each other, you'd think better of it, love.
I did. I offered to go back. She's the one who's made the decision, Mum. Not me.
I'm sorry, Petal. We've only got pies and sarnies today.
Not again. What's wrong with this dump? Go on, then. Give us a pie and a bag of crisps. But it's only 'cause I fell for them bonny blue eyes.
Do you know, I'm sick of them all pulling faces.
Well, you know what the problem is. They've all become junkies on Betty's hot pot. God knows what she put in it.
I don't suppose either of you two's got stuff in kitchen, no? No. Here, Mrs. B, you're a lady of leisure at the moment. How do you fancy doing a spot of cooking for us?
Oh, sorry. It takes me all my time to cook for my husband.
Well, good ale, good-looking barmaids, they can't expect everything.
Oh, at last. There was a time when you'd have been half an hour early with a bunch of flowers in your hand.
Me? Early flowers? You must be thinking of two other fellas, darling. Shall we sit down? Now then, what's all this stuff about you and Vera?
Oh, what's the duff? What's she been saying?
Well, she said nothing. I said something was up and twist poor old Emily's arm to tell me what it was all about.
Did she?
You know, Emily, soul of discretion. She just pursed her lips and told me to ask you. Well?
Oh, it was something or nothing. I just happened to see Vera in a car, that's all, while you were in Birmingham.
Was this in factory hours? Well, the crafty old bat, our Skinner. Why the blazes didn't you tell me?
Well, because, for all I know, it was a one-off. And because I knew you'd blow your top, and because I didn't want your staff thinking that I run to you telling tales every time your back's turned. Because I didn't think it was important.
Not important. Listen, sweetheart, the smooth run of that little outfit over there puts a roof over a lot of people's heads besides us. I'll be the judge whether it's important or not.
Has she been on the wine cup? She's certainly cheered up, this time. Well, I prefer the miserable. At least my eardrums were intact. It's relieving, isn't it? Took a load off my mind. What makes you so sure you've got away with it?
Well, if he'd been going to say out, he'd have said it before now. He's had 6 opportunities this morning at least.
I thought you said he was making you suffer.
Hey, you're late, aren't you? What happened? Oh, your God been bothering you, I said. Do you know it can be chronic when them injections wear off?
I wish that were all it was here.
Oh, what's up now? I thought things were looking bright.
No, I only said you having another talk, didn't I?
Well, that's good, isn't it? Oh, come on, kid. They split up before and got back together again. And all marriages have bust-ups, you know. I mean, look at me now, Jack. And we're still together. Heaven help us.
No, what it is, you see, it's an extension of the home watch scheme. You just don't report anybody acting suspicious. You report anybody spraying anything on walls, scratching names on trees, dropping chip papers on pavement or anything else like that.
Well, they won't bring police out for that.
Not the police, they've got enough to do. Report them to me.
Oh, I see. And what do? Go round and personally tear a strip off some big lout with a pin through his nose because he's thrown his chip carton in your backyard?
Well, you're not that far off the truth as it happens, Mrs. Fairclough. No, what I do, you see, I have pamphlets printed pointing out in a firm but friendly fashion just why it's antisocial to deface or otherwise damage the environment. Oh. Now, I've discussed the idea with Councillor Roberts and he's most impressed. As a matter of fact, I've already compiled a few words if you'd like to peruse it.
Listen, look, Jenny's doing a toe dance here and I haven't even started doing papers yet.
Now, there's an idea. They could take them with them on the round, drop one through each letterbox.
Right, well, I'll think about it.
You do that, Mrs. Fairclough.
Right.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
You know, I don't think he was born. I think he hatched out of this great big horrible egg that's been frozen in a glacier for the last 5,000 years.
You're very unkind, lady.
No, I'm not. I'm very kind for letting you and my dad have a romantic fling without me.
Letting us?
Well, suggesting it then. You've got to put these ideas into fellas' heads, you know. They don't think of them for themselves.
Oh.
Has he been in?
He has.
And are you going?
Possibly.
Oh.
Hey.
Dad, you tell her. She's being coy. Where are you going for your naughty weekend?
Jenny. Papers are waiting.
You said you hadn't done them.
I lied.
Flipping secrets. You'd think I were a flipping kid.
I know. She does go a bit far.
Well, at least she's interested in what we do and doesn't disapprove.
Yeah, she's come a long way. Well, we all have, really, eh? Right. Now then. What do you fancy, madam? We've got castles, we've got cottages, we've got modern, we've got medieval. Take your pick.
Listen, as long as I don't have to make the bed and do the washing up, I don't really care.
A word before you go, Vera.
Were they?
No, your twin sister standing behind you.
Hey, kid, do you reckon she's going to cop it after all?
Hey, haven't we better hang on just in case?
Sorry, we're not flogging tickets. You'll have to wait while next load of Christians get fed at flaming lions for your kicks.
Hey, shall I wait for you, Vera?
No, kid, you get off home, sort your own troubles out, eh?
Okay, love.
Right, come straight to the point. I know all about you skiving off while I was away. Got anything to say about it?
Yes, sorry, any good.
An explanation, if there is any.
visiting a sick relative, needing me urgently.
I don't know why I'm wasting my time. I mean, we both know this isn't the first occasion you've taken a liberty when my back's been turned.
No, it's true, Mr. Baldwin, honest. Oh, I don't know what come over me. Yeah, I do. It's that car. Do you know, after years of having no, and then suddenly having all this independence, it goes right to a girl's head, and there's no one can do about it.
Perhaps not. But there is something I can do about it.
Do you mean you're firing me?
I must be going soft in the head, but no, not this time, Viola. But you so much as nip out again for 60 seconds in work time, and you can get in that shiny motor car and drive it straight to the dole queue. Got it?
You managed to get someone to look after Nicky then?
Yeah, Martin's sitting with him for an hour. I left him picking England's next World Cup team.
Well, I would have come round to your place, but I know what big ears he's got, bless him.
It's all right. At least he knows the better at the moment.
But a cup of tea?
No. Towel. I take it Brian's not here.
No, he's gone out. By the looks of him, to come home late and drunk. He doesn't have asked you to come, you know.
Ivy, I came because, whatever happens, I still care about you. And I respect you. But I have to tell you, there's nothing you can say will change out.
No, but I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try, Gail.
I take it Brian told you what happened this dinner.
Yes, he told me you want a divorce.
Is that all?
Oh. For God's sake, you can see what a mistake that's a big, Gail. Especially for little Nicky. Gail, I'm asking you, please think again, love. He needs his mum and dad. And you two need each other.
Do you think I haven't pointed that out to your son?
But he says it's you that wants to split up.
No. I want us to stay together. It's Brian making the impossible conditions.
Yes, well, he's entitled to make one or two, isn't he, considering...
Considering the way I've behaved. We've been through all that, Ivy.
Gail. Gail, love, whatever he asks you to do, agree to it for all our sakes. Most important thing is to keep your marriage going, love. Past can be forgotten. It's the future that counts. I can't expect you to share my religious beliefs, love, but... Well, for anybody, divorce is a terrible thing.
And what about abortion? I take it that's against your beliefs.
Of course it is.
Well, that's what Brian wants. If we're to get back together again, that's the price I've got to pay. I won't do it, Ivy. I can't. Could you?
Morning.
Morning. What time did you get in last night?
About 11:30.
That's funny. I waited up till after midnight. I didn't see you.
Well, 12:30 then. Well, I don't know. Anyway, what were you doing waiting up for me?
Gail came round, Brian.
Round here?
Yes, I asked her to. And she's told me what you've said to her about wanting to get rid of the baby.
Has she?
How could you, Brian? Look, I know things must seem terrible to you now, but you're not making them any better by flying it face of nature.
I'm not asking her to get rid of any baby.
She says you want
I'm asking her to have an abortion. It's not the same thing.
Oh?
Well, it might be for you.
It is.
Is it? Well, not for me and millions of other folk who live in this country.
More's the pity, Brian.
Ma'am, I don't want to talk about it, all right? Because we'll only fall out. Why Gail told you in the first place, I don't know. Honest, I don't. Let's just leave it, shall we?
Well, it's changed, Audrey. I mean, at one time she'd talk about anything, you know, anything that came into her head. Now it's one thing and one thing only.
Brian and Gail, you mean?
It's become an obsession with her, Tal.
She's bound to worry, though, isn't she? Her own daughter.
Oh, yeah, I'm not complaining, like. You know, it's just that I wonder where it's all going.
Hey up, stand by your bed.
You what?
You've got royalty coming, that's what. Well, nearly she'll get to it round here.
What's she talking about?
Search me, but I better leave you to it. I'm not dressed to receive royalty. Bye.
Ta-da. Oh, it's you two.
Why? Were we expecting?
Oh, never mind, love, don't worry about it.
Give us a packet of those mints, will you, Alf? And put it on the wife's bill, OK?
Well, I will if she says it's all right.
She better. See you in the Rovers.
At one.
Right.
You know, it's true what they say. Behind every great man, there's a little woman doing the shopping.
Oh, well, this one won't be behind him for long, that's for sure. I know that's what he'd like. Little wifey tucked up at home, making everything nice and cosy for him to come back to. But it's not my idea of married life. So we might as well make the most of it while he can, eh? Oh, morning.
Got your watch on, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look. Go on, what time does it say?
Nearly 20 past.
Also, I'm in my own time then. I'm entitled to be here. Just in case you thought about running back to your husband again and telling tales. OK.
Thank you a lot.
All I've got time for now. Don't want to be late, do I? Not with Baldwin's spies everywhere. Do you know you could be miles away from that factory? Wouldn't make any difference. You'd still have somebody casting a beady little eye out for you.
Oh, I think I've seen him. Man in a dirty raincoat.
Young woman, more like. Will you not catch her wearing out dirty? Or getting her hands dirty, come to that?
Well, I'll just say this, Brian.
No!
Yes, I will, and you will blooming well listen. I won't be gagged in my own house by you or anybody else. You know what I think about Gail's carryings on. She's done wrong by you and wrong by your marriage vows. But what you're asking her to do, Brian, have been even bigger wrong.
So you think?
I do, yes, and I'm not the only one, am I? Gail thinks the same, doesn't she? I mean, it were obvious that just from talking to her.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Well, OK. What do you expect me to do now?
Well, it's a time's a great deal of love, don't it?
How much time, eh? 5 months? Because that's not going to heal anything.
Love, it's a bit off that, isn't it? You know what they say, that sometimes if you let things lie, they've got a way of sorting themselves out.
No.
Brian, I know you're anxious, love, but please, give it time.
Mum, I've given it long enough already.
Well, I don't see what else there is to be done right now. Unless if I don't get off to work, I'll have Baldwin looking for me. You'll be all right, won't you?
Yeah.
So you haven't had any second thoughts, then?
No.
I don't mean about going away, I mean where we're going to.
Oh, no.
So it's what we agreed last night?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll go and book.
Look, is it because I'm a woman you expected me to change my mind? Or is there something shifty and unreliable about me personally?
Neither. I just wanted to make sure, that's all.
Oh.
Me again.
Oh, hello, love.
I wonder if you could just...
Oh, I dare say. What is it this time? Ones?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
You want to train them customers of yours?
I think they use all the spare change for parking meters. Oh, going away again, are we?
Oh, it's just a weekend break sort of thing, you know. A few days away before winter sets in.
Oh, well. Very nice. Hope you enjoy yourselves.
Well, it won't be for one to try and if we don't, will it?
Right.
Bye.
Bye, love.
Bye now. Is she still parted from her husband?
As far as I know, yes.
Do you know why?
Now, that I don't know. And what's unusual for round here, them that do know are keeping their mouths shut about it.
I mean, my husband works in a pub, right?
Yeah.
He'd live there given half the chance.
Yeah, but I won't go in there expecting free drinks, would I? And it's just same as that.
What's she on about? I haven't a clue.
It's just same as Madam Baldwin thinking that just because her husband owns this factory, she's got some sort of power over us that work in it.
Oh, I see.
Then I wouldn't have minded. Well, if she'd have called me to my face, it's sneaky way she goes about things that I can't stand. Look, what would you think if Baldwin's missus, well, were telling tales about you?
What sort of tales?
Like she'd seen you out driving your car when your clock card said you should be in here.
I think she were balmy. I haven't got a car, and I couldn't drive it to End of Street if I had.
Oh, aye. Well, you wouldn't like it. She's causing bother for you.
I'm sorry, Vera, but as far as I can see, you've only yourself to blame for skiving off in first place.
True. Yeah, but look, if you'd have seen me, well, you'd have called me to my face, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have gone whispering to Baldwin behind my back.
She's not married to him.
I don't know. It's like we're all being spied on. And none of us is safe.
And I don't know, Vera. Anyhow, I thought it were all over. He said whatever he had to say, didn't he?
Look, it's the principle of the thing. All right, then. Let's see who she takes for this flight to next time, then, eh? And then see if you think it matters or not.
Right, well, I'll be out most of the afternoon. If anyone wants me, ask them to call back about, well, after 4.
Right.
What's that Vera chunnering on about in there, eh? Every time I look up, I see a big gob going like the clappers.
Oh, well, you know Vera.
Yeah, I do. That's why I lay a pound of a penny. I bet she's telling everyone what a mean and nasty, degenerate sort of boss I am for giving her a rollicking yesterday.
Shouldn't be at all surprised.
No. But do us a favour, will you?
What?
If she starts on at you, tell her she's right.
Right?
Yeah. I am a mean, nasty, degenerate sort of a boss. And if she tries to stir things, I'll get even meaner and nastier than I was.
Just an orange juice, please.
Yeah, sure.
You like this better than cleaning, then?
Oh, I like out better than cleaning. Are you working?
No, I'm sort of between jobs at the moment.
Oh, you're on the dole, are you?
Well, no, not really, no.
Well, I don't suppose you need dole with an husband like yours, do you?
Don't suppose you need a job either.
You know, Sally, sometimes you can need a job for other reasons apart from money.
Yeah, only if you've got money in the first place, though.
How much is that?
40, please.
You've not had your dinner yet, have you, Jacko?
No, what?
Here, have one of these on the house.
What's up with it?
No, it's a championship winning pie, is that? In tip-top condition, which is more than you can say for yourself, so you've no cause to look down your nose at it.
Get away. I know what you're after. You're after using me like them kings used to use people for tasting the food, see if it were poisoned. You want me to take a bite of this, then you're going to sit there and watch me see if I fall over.
I'll pick you up again if you do.
Oh, no, I value my health too much for that kind of caper.
Coward.
Sometimes us cowards live a bit longer.
They have been around a while, one or two of those pies.
Yeah, well, I'll get Hilda to give them a good dusting.
Listen, I'll try the catering for you if you want, you know, but...
Ah, no. With looks like yours to rely on. You've never bothered learning to cook, I'm the same.
Have you thought about...
Betty?
Yeah.
No, the older them pies get, I think about her more and more.
What, do you think she'd want to come back?
I don't know, I'm not even sure where she is, to tell you the truth. She's probably gone swanning off to their gardens again. So he'll be eating well, even if we aren't. Yes, ladies. 3 lagers, love, please. Away up. Watch what you're saying.
Why?
This place is bugged, you know. Every word gets back to Baldwin.
Your one wants to watch what she's saying.
It's dinner time, all right. 12:30 to 1:30.
Leave her alone.
Look, have you got something you want to say to me?
Me? No, why should I?
Well, then, do you think you can stop all your sarcastic comments?
Sarcastic, mate? When have I ever been sarcastic, eh?
You never know tales.
No, I was only telling you what time it was, in case you were thinking about running back to your husband, telling tales about us.
I haven't been telling tales about anybody.
Oh, well, I suppose that's what we are. We are anybody. I mean, as far as you're concerned. I suppose we're just little nobodies. You know, that spend his days grafting so that you can afford to put on your airs and graces. That boss's wife. Well, you'll not catch me bowing and scraping, lady, no matter how hard you try.
Vera!
Leave the lass alone.
You've no right to talk to me like that.
Oh, I should go on my knees, should I? Well, you've had that, because I'll talk to you same way as I'd talk to any jumped-up little fancy piece. You might be in his bed, but you're not in his shoes and all. All right, eh? All right, Vera, so that's about.
Don't ask.
Well, it was just something private, you know, not for you to worry about. Oh, Tarlo. 8 and a packet of crisps and all. There you
Ah, I'm just on the way over.
Do you mind if we go somewhere else rather than the Rovers?
Hey, well, I'm a bit pushed for time, you see. I said I'd be in Blackburn this afternoon. Well, why? I mean, don't tell me they're packed to the doors, because after that grub they've been putting out, I wouldn't believe you.
I'd just rather not go back to the Rovers, that's all.
Well, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Yes, there is. Come on, tell me.
It's just Vera Duckworth in there.
So?
So she seems to think I'm responsible for you telling her off this morning.
Has she been having a go at you, has she? What'd she say?
Nothing I want to repeat.
Right.
Where are you going?
I'm going to sort her out once and for all. She's not upsetting you like this, no way. She said this in front of everybody,
She
didn't she?
just came in while I was waiting, that's
Yeah,
all.
I can imagine. Well, I don't mind having a word with her in front of everybody either.
I don't want to go back in the Rovers, love, please.
Okay. Okay, we go somewhere else. I can always find if I need her, can't I?
You're not going to make things worse, are you, love?
Don't worry. I can handle things. Well, if I didn't need a drink before, I could do with one now. You look like you could do with one as well, eh? Come on.
Oh, hello. I didn't expect you. I should have made you some dinner.
Mum, I don't want out to eat. I want to tell you what I've done.
How do you mean?
I've tried to make it up with Gail, right? I have tried. Only she's not interested.
She's not interested, Brian, because of what you're asking her to do.
Mum, I don't want to argue with you. I just want to tell you what I've done.
What?
I've made another appointment to see that solicitor. And this time I'll be keeping it.
What you mean?
Yeah, to start divorce proceedings.
No, Brian.
Yes.
Oh, no. God help us.
Well, I've told you. There it is.
Brian! Brian, why all the rush, love? Why can't you at least wait and see what happens?
Mum, let's not go through all that again, eh?
But divorce, Brian. That means you're throwing your marriage away. I mean, what else is it? You're breaking your marriage vows.
No. It's just a way of finishing off what she started.
How are things at the sweatshop?
Not a bowl of cherries.
Oh, see, one of them sort of days, eh?
Oh, Mr. Baldwin gave Vera a dressing down for taking time off, which she hasn't taken in the best possible spirit.
I can imagine.
The awful thing is, I'm partly to blame for Mr. Baldwin finding out about Vera.
You?
Oh, I'm just keeping my head down and hoping the whole thing will blow over.
That's $4.90, please, love.
Right.
Afternoon, young man.
Afternoon.
Do you mind if I say something?
Depends what it is.
No, I always used to enjoy seeing you and your wife and your young son, you know. You always seemed a nice, happy little family.
Yeah, I think I do mind.
Yeah, no offence meant.
Listen, Percy, I don't want any lectures and I don't want any advice because I've had it up to here, all right?
No, all I want to say, if you'll allow me, is I was in the cafe this morning. Your wife was in there with her face as long as a fiddle. Now, I see you in here and you don't look that you're enjoying life either. I mean, is it worth it, really?
You know, if you were 20 years younger, I'd knock your flaming head off.
Now, there's no call for that sort of talk.
You know nothing and you understand even less. Now, keep your flaming nose out of it, will you?
I know that people that used to be happy together are damn miserable now they're apart.
Oh, go on.
No, I don't fancy bingo, Vera. I couldn't put my mind to it, love.
Well, you're not doing your Brian any good, you know, turning into an hermit, going all miserable and that.
I just don't want to go, all right. Oh, hello, Mr. Bowen.
Yes.
Any problems?
No, I don't think so.
Good.
Oh, go on, Kate.
Look, if you don't go, you're spoiling my pleasure. Think of it like that.
Oh, there's something I've got to tell him, hang on.
Yeah, it was only a few weeks ago. Don't look as if his wife's carrying any more tales, then.
Yeah, well, she knows what's good for her, doesn't she? Do you know you've got to stick up for yourself in this world or else folk will walk all over you?
Yes, Ivy?
Ridley's called, Mr. Baldwin. They said, would you give him a ring when you get back?
Will do. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't mind a cup of tea if there's one going.
I'll get you on it.
Oh, Ivy.
Yeah?
Tell Vera I'd like a word with her, would you? No, Harry, just whenever she's finished her tea.
Well, I'll tell her now if you like.
No. Let her enjoy a well-earned rest. Any time I do.
Hello, love.
Now, I'm just off to pick Nicky up from school. Then I promised Gail I'd give him his tea and sit with him till she gets back from work, so I don't know what time that will get to. She'll probably want a little talk anyway. So I've done you some sandwiches, all right. Now, they're in the fridge on the second shelf down, wrapped in cling film.
Right.
And there's a yoghurt if you want any pudding.
Yeah, well, I think I'll manage without that.
Honestly, I can see myself landing up as an au pair to my own daughter the way things are going.
Well, she'll be glad of all the help she can get, won't she?
Oh, yeah, and if she can't get it from her own family, then where can she get it from? Mind you, she's so independent. She wouldn't let me lift a finger if I didn't insist.
And it's not going to get any easier neither, is it, once she's got a new baby to contend with as well as Nicky?
Yeah, well, just have to buckle to, won't we, Granddaddy?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
See you when I see you.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
love.
I tell you, our life isn't our own anymore.
Oh, you'll survive. Just remember to take the cling film off your sandwiches.
Ivy said you wanted to see me.
That's right, Vera, I do.
Well, if anybody's been telling you that I've been nicking off again, well, they're lying, because I haven't.
I'm sure you have. But now you can't mention it. Who do you think told me in the first place?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
Who?
Your wife.
No.
Well, it read her saw me.
Yeah, but she didn't want to tell me in case you got into trouble.
Well, who did they?
I'm not going to tell you who did. That's over and done with. In fact, it was over and done with when I spoke to you yesterday.
Oh, well then.
You're fired.
Eh?
You're sacked. As from this moment, you are no longer in my employment.
What are you talking about? You can't do that.
Can't I? You just watch me.
But why? I mean, what have I done? And like you said, that other business is over and done with.
It was over and done with until you saw Susan in our shop and then again in the Rovers and insisted on giving her the benefit of your great big gob.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was.
I don't care what you knew and what you didn't know. I'm not having my wife slagged off in public. Virtually driven out of the pub by your insinuations. Oh, no. No, this time you've opened that great big gob of yours too often. Oh. And you're going to be sacked. And for that reason and for no other reason, that's why you're fired.
Come on, Mr. Baldwin. All right. Look, I'm sorry, but I didn't
You'll
think
be
it
paid till the end of the week. I'll have it delivered. I don't want you setting foot on these premises again.
Well, I don't think that's fair.
I don't care what you think. I know what you think. My wife knows. She's had it shouted to her across the pub. Now, go on, get out.
What do you mean right this minute?
Yes. Go on, keep moving. I want you to see you go straight through that door.
What's going on?
They sacked me.
Just pick up your things and go. There's no need for a discussion.
And if any of your mates have got any ideas about solidarity, you can tell them I'd rather close this factory down before I have you back in it. Well, go on. Get on with it. Well, the bad news is they only have one vacancy left.
And the good news?
We got it.
Oh, now that is good.
Yeah, but I'd spent half the day in the travel agency to get it, you know.
I thought that firm of yours couldn't survive without you.
It's all chaos at the moment. We're being reorganised.
Sounds painful.
Well, it is. That's why I'm keeping out of the way till it's all over.
Hello. Give us an evening paper, see if it's all happened.
There hasn't.
Good.
Hey, I tell you what, though.
What?
If you find yourself talking to your Terry, you might remind him that him and Curly are 2 weeks behind with Renfort Yard.
Is that right?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Well, if I were you, I'd kick 'em out. Teach 'em a lesson.
Thanks a million.
You having trouble with them?
Well, they have just missed a time or two, and I didn't want to become a heavy. I thought if I had a word with Jack, that might be the easiest way of doing things.
Yeah, might be the easiest, love, but I don't think it's going to be the most effective.
No.
Hey, up.
Hello.
The worker returns.
She does. Look at my hand.
Oh, diabolical.
You know, I don't know why I do this job. Certainly not for the money.
Well, demand a raise.
You're joking. Have you tried to negotiate with her?
Well, she's a tyrant, is she?
She's terrible.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I've just arranged to take her to the lakes in October, when you go to Abersock or wherever it is.
Oh, great.
You approve?
I do.
Good.
I'll second that.
Sack Joe Vera.
Short of the door.
But why? What had she done?
Oh, don't ask me. It's got something to do with Baldwin's missus one way or another, but can I get the right story? Carry heckers like. 1 minute she's calling him, then she's calling her, and then she starts having a go at me.
Why? What have you got to do with it?
Oh, no, but I just happen to be in the house, so she starts taking it out on me. Like, why do I never stand by her? Why do I never support her? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? She's gone and got herself sacked, so it's bound to be my fault.
Who's gone and got herself sacked?
There, Vera.
You mean that nice Mr. Baldwin's gone and given her the elbow?
Yeah, this afternoon. I mean, he can't just sack her like that, can he? How long's she been there?
He has had the best years of her life, that Mike Baldwin. Well, somebody has, I certainly haven't.
So what's caused this part of the ways?
I don't know, something to do with Mike Baldwin's missus. I'm begging if I can make a tale of it.
Ah, yes, well,
Thinking about this dinner time?
I am.
What is it? Go on, tell us.
Half a bit of love, please.
Right.
So when are you expecting your young man back from Southampton, then?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose when I see him.
His father married my niece, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yes. He seems to have settled very well down there. It'd be nice for Kevin to be back in the bosom of his own family, so to speak.
Well, he's obviously in no rush to get back up here.
Well, he won't be willing to be showing him the sights. He'll be having a whale of a time.
37, please.
Evening. Good evening, Emily.
Emily, can you give us the full story of what happened between my wife and your boss?
Well,
Is it because of what Vera said to his missus?
I think that had something to do with it.
I'm sure it had. She were going out to hammer and tongs in here this dinner.
Why can't she not learn to keep her big trap shut? She's going to have to see a doctor, you know, a specialist. There must be a name for what she's got. It must be a recognised disease where you lose control of your own flipping mouth.
Yes, Logan.
I'll have a pint, please, but...
Oh, I'm glad I've caught you.
Now what?
No, I don't want you to misunderstand my motives to what I was saying earlier in Counter Robert's shop.
Leave it, Percy.
No, I wasn't intending to criticise a cast aspersions, and the last thing I want to do is interfere between man and wife.
And don't.
No, but it's so obvious that neither of you is happy.
You want thumping? That's it, innit? You really want thumping?
Hey, hey! I've had enough shouting in here for one day.
I'll send her more.
74, please, Brian.
Thank you. I'm going to kick that idiot away from me.
Look, you can't expect folk not to wonder what's going on, Brian.
Oh, why?
Well, yes. I mean, they all know that you've left your wife, and they also know that she's expecting another kiddie.
Yeah? Whose?
Eh?
Whose kid is it, eh? Go on. Ask yourselves that before you all start sitting in judgment.
Whose? So now we know.
Morning, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, morning.
Heard any more, have you?
I'm not with you.
About that do last night at Rover's, young Brian Tilton's his missus.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Well, I thought there was something more to it, you know, and he walked out on her. Is young Kevin back yet, is he?
Matter of fact, he isn't. Why?
Well, I thought with him being Brian Tilton's business partner, like, you know.
Morning.
Morning.
I was just saying, Cows, I was rum do it Rovers last night when young Brian came out with that business about Gail and the kiddie. I suppose it is right what he said about it not being his.
Look, I reckon that what's going on between Brian and Gail is their business and nobody else's. And folk adding fuel to the flame by gossiping on street corners isn't helping anybody. Now, if you've no better to do, I have.
Well, you've got to show a bit of neighbourly interest.
Yeah, well,
You go on showing a bit of neighbourly interest. I'll see you later.
You don't realise how much you'll miss your job, do you, till you've lost it?
Well, you should have thought about that when he went skiving off, shouldn't you?
Hey, now then, I tell you, don't be knocking her when she's down, because it's times like this we've got to pull together. I sympathise, Alvira, I really do. But skiving off is skiving off, and there's no two ways. But if I put my hand on my heart, I've got to say that sometime in my life I've done the same thing a couple of times myself. It's a bit rough losing your job over it, Vera.
Sad, Jack. I mean, flipping heck. I mean, how long have I worked there, eh? And I'm best machinist he's ever had. Yeah, and then Madam comes along and I'm out.
Ah, it's hard, love, it's hard.
Stuck-up little cow. I mean, she's all right, isn't she, with all Mr. Moneybags to look after her? But what am I going to do?
You're going to have to do what everybody else does, aren't you? Get yourself signed on like the other 4 million.
He's right. We'll stick together, me, you and our Terry. We'll see it through.
Yeah, but how long will it take before it all comes?
Well, by the time they've lost your forms a couple of times, it'll be a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Oh. And then they've got to send your cheque to the wrong address, haven't they?
Well, I'll make it 3 weeks. But don't you worry, we'll stick together, lovey. Oh, you and me, our Terry, we'll support you.
Oh, ta, Jack. Well, I'm all right for now, but, well, a tenner would see me till weekend.
Hey? Oh, well, I'm a bit low at the moment. How about you, our Terry?
Oh, look at me. I've got a yard full of wheelbarrows and no else.
Well, that's great, isn't it? What kind of support's that?
We're talking about moral support, Alvira.
I'm sorry to pick these over like this, Alf, but Norman likes them on the right side, while I prefer them still a bit firm.
You're all right, love.
Should be around £1, I think.
53 pence.
That's fine. Is Audrey all right?
Bearing up.
Hope this business with Brian and Gail isn't upsetting her too much. I must say I can hardly stop thinking about it myself ever since Brian said that in the Rovers.
Ah, well, it wasn't the best place to come out with it, was it?
I couldn't believe it when I heard.
No, right. Is that the lot, then?
Yes, thanks for now. I'll drop my order in later.
Right.
Hello.
Fine as stuff, are you, Emily?
Well, £1 of tomatoes, that's the start.
We won't get to Tenerife on that, will we?
No. Well, I'd better make a start, or it won't only be Vera Duckworth who gets her cards. Bye.
Bye, love.
Thank you.
How's Gail?
Oh, well, I've just come from the cafe and she seems much calmer within herself, you know. She says she's made up her mind she's going to face up to things.
And what about Nicky?
Well, he's missing Brian, of course, but then he would, wouldn't he? But they accept anything, don't they, kids at that age? They don't understand, maybe, but they don't stand around breaking their hearts either, do they? They go on living their little lives.
Do they?
Yes, Alf, they do. That's if they feel loved, and come on, Nicky's loved, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, well, I hope you're right, love. Has Gail heard about Brian breaking the news in the Rovers?
Yeah, she has.
And?
She knew it'd come sooner or later.
Oh, poor lass. Anyway, I'm glad to hear she's feeling better. I just hope all this gossip doesn't set her back again, though.
I'll put kettle up.
No sign of Sally yet?
Not yet.
Little madam. She'll be meeting her Kevin, won't she? She's due back from Southampton, by now.
Do you think she will?
Of course she will. Still, at least she'll have a smile on her face when she does turn up. Hey, young love. I remember it well. Mind you, more trouble than it's worth half the time, I mustn't forget that.
Well, I know someone who'd agree with you.
Only the one?
Do you know, if you'd asked me, I'd have said Gail and Brian were really happy together. Just goes to show, doesn't it?
Just goes to show how little we do know folk. I mean, in here, the one thing. Back in their own homes, they're quite so much else. I mean, look at Jack and Vera. In their own homes, you'd think they couldn't stand the sight of each other. But I happen to know that back at Duck Egg Hall, it's love and roses all the way. Till she clocks in one, that is. Afternoon, Sal.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, Bet.
How is he? Oh, she says. I don't think you're late because you miss your bus.
No, it was me dad. He nicked my mum's purse this morning with every penny she had. I had to run off down to the post office and get some money out for her. I'm really sorry, Bet.
Oh, God, I thought you were with your Kevin.
Kevin? No, I haven't spoken to Kevin. He was supposed to ring me last night and he didn't. He's due back today and all.
Oh, we're looking at dinner time, won't he?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, of course he will.
What do you reckon?
Hey, right, come on, stead 'em open. Glory, I want some glasses through from back. Goblets. Sal, make a start on food.
Right, then.
Mush, mush.
Let me modernise that flipping cellar for a start and stuck a left in.
Think of all the exercise you'd miss, Jacko.
There are some things you don't miss, Bess, like holes in the head, exercise, things like that.
We need 2 more up, lovey.
OK. Look, I've been thinking, you know that our Vera's...
Sacked.
Been sacked, yeah. It's not easy, you know, and our Terry's not pulling a lot in and...
You want to rise.
You're a cracker, what are you?
Look, I'm sorry, Jack, about your Vera. I really am, and I know it can't be easy. But you are getting now what you're going to be getting. I mean, until I know what sort of trade I'm going to be doing, I can't think about any more money for anybody.
Well, I asked, didn't I?
Yeah. Now then, 2 more crates up, then you can have your pint.
Is there any news of Vera?
Oh, don't ask me about Vera, Emily. If you want to know about Brian and Gail, ask anybody. Seems to be only topic of conversation round here.
I'm sure it'll soon blow over.
Are you? I'm not. Our Brian's gone to see a solicitor this morning.
Oh, Ivy. I am sorry.
Oh, all right, Emily. You're right. It will soon blow over, won't it?
You all right, Ivy?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks, Shirley.
How long's this tea break going on for then?
Oh, Mr. Ball.
All right, Emily, all right.
Ivy, I know you got problems and... Well, I'm very, very sorry.
But that doesn't mean the factory has to close down, now does it? Come on, get on with it.
How you feeling?
I'm all right, thanks, Mr. Bowen.
Oh, that's good. Well, just take it easy.
Oh, Mr. Bowen, could I have a word with you sometime about Vera?
About Vera?
Yes.
No, Ivy, no. She's not on my payroll, but she means nothing to me.
But, Mr. Bowen...
No, Ivy, no. I mean that.
Well, it's very kind of you to invite me and Mrs. Ogden.
Well, I generally have a brew about now.
Very nice, very civil.
You know, I wondered if it was that Australian fella. Him and Gail did seem to get on to me. Help yourself to sugar.
Ta. Well, who knows if anybody at all? I mean, we had a lad in Tom, he swore blind his wife were up to all sorts with half at regiment as soon as his back were turned.
And was she?
Well, how do I know? All I do know, she wasn't as much as he thought she was. She wouldn't have had time.
Oh.
What one of these?
Rather.
Petals cakes.
Oh, yeah, ta.
You know, young Gail Tilsley don't look the sort to be carrying on to me.
Well, I don't know. They don't seem to care nowadays. You wouldn't believe the trouble I've had trying to get Kevin and his young lady to behave themselves. If they'd had their way, I'd have been running an immortal household.
Aye, times have changed, Mrs. Ogden, they have that.
Hello?
Oh, it's only me.
Oh, Kevin.
Hi, Mrs. O.
Hello, love. Are you just in time? Tea's just made.
Oh, great. Sorry I'm late back. Only I missed my train yesterday.
Never mind. You're here now. That's the main thing.
All right, lad.
Well, Mr. Sugden.
Oh, come on. Sit yourself down. Tell us all about it. How was Southampton?
It was okay. Elaine sends love to you.
Is everything going along all right, is it?
Everything's as should be, I think.
That's good, that's good.
When's it due now?
December, they said.
Aye, that's right, December.
And Gail's is February, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
How's your tea, love? Mind you, at least Elaine will be sure who the father is, won't she?
What's that?
Ah, well, there's a lot been happening while you've been away, Kevin.
Hey?
Well, it seems that, well, nobody's very sure who the father of Gail's baby is. So, that's why Brian's left her.
Thanks. No hot pot then?
No hot pot.
Burgers?
No burgers.
What have you got?
Whatever you want, as long as it's balm cakes. I'll tell you what, I'll take for this while you make your mind up. That's 35 pence.
Go on then, I'll have 2 balm cakes.
That is £1.35 pence, and Sally will fetch them over. Sal,
Okay.
2 balms for Ken.
Right,
Balm cakes are balm cakes. It's not much of a choice, is it?
Oh, she does her best.
Happen it's all right, well, it's Ken. He's not going to walk out on us, is he?
No, he's not.
Do you know, I remember when he was going through it. All that wedding business with Susan and Mike. He must have thought it was the end of the world. Just seems like so much water under the bridge now, doesn't it?
Yeah, Gail and Brian's turn now.
Aye. One thing about this job, you certainly do see life.
How do you think Gail will cope? I mean, on her own?
She's got a lot about us, Gail.
Yeah, she has.
Won't be easy, though. It's hard enough with kids in the normal way of things. And what she's got to accept now is that for the next 15 years, she won't have a minute to herself. If she can accept that, she'll get by. I'm not sure I could.
Me neither.
Oh, thanks, Sally. Is the oven broken then?
No, we just don't like using it.
Hey, do you want some mustard with them?
No thanks. Well, bon appetit.
Yeah, same to you. And I'm read it, Mike. It's important to me.
Yeah, so you keep saying. What you gonna have?
Oh, an orange juice, please.
On the way. Go on.
Yeah.
Give us an orange juice.
Hi.
Susan?
How's it going?
Why?
You managing?
Staggering on.
You found anybody to replace me?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
Well, I hope you find somebody soon.
Thanks.
See you then.
Yeah, I'll see you.
There you go. She's idle and she's a spendthrift.
Yes, but she's as good as the breadwinner in that family.
Well, she should have thought of that when she skived off, shouldn't she?
Come on, Mike, give her another chance.
I've been giving Vera backward chances ever since I took her on.
You know, things aren't like they used to be. She might never work again.
Oh, tough.
I don't believe you mean that, Mike.
Don't you? I run the business, not a charity club.
Oh, come on, she's got too much to lose. You've been too hard on her. She's a good machinist.
She is not a good machinist. She's an okay machinist. She does her job when she's there. I can get machinists like Vera, but they're 10 a penny. I'll tell you what she is. She's trouble. Always has been. I'm better off without her.
It's great of you to come over, I mean it.
Yeah, we're showing solidarity, Vera. As far as we're concerned, you're still one of us. We'll not let you down.
Hey, that's great, that. I see Ivy's not come over though, has she?
Yeah, she's got a lot on her mind, Vera.
I've got a lot on my mind, haven't I? She's supposed to be my best mate. Some find out your mates are, don't you? Is there any news?
We reckon it's that, Ozzy.
Suppose it's got to be on set. Well, he's all right, other side of the world and leaves the kid behind him.
Well, if Ivy ain't been round, that's why. She's not cut you off her out, but she's worried sick at the moment, is Ivy.
Yeah. Hey, is there a chance of me getting back in? I mean, you know, starting a campaign or... Hey, what's that word when you get sacked and you shouldn't have?
Wrongful dismissal.
Yeah, wrongful dismissal, that's it, Ida. How about it?
Well, the thing is, Vera, I'm not so sure it was.
Better now?
Very nice.
I'll pass your compliments to the chef, shall I?
You do that.
Everything all right over there, is it?
Oh, why shouldn't it be?
Not exactly love's young dream, are they?
What am I supposed to say to that?
I reckon it's this Vera business. Susan wasn't exactly jumping for joy when Mike gave the elbow. Fact is, I'd say she was more than a bit upset.
If she wanted a husband who cares about people, I reckon she picked the wrong one, don't you?
Hey, Luke, the wanderer returns.
Oh, Sally!
How are you, love?
All right, how's things?
I know a certain person who's going to be very pleased to see you.
What?
Hey, not over that bar. It's unhygienic.
Oh, there.
Round the other side and do it properly.
Hey, did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was okay.
And how was your birthday?
Yeah, okay.
I thought you were coming back last night.
Yeah, I know. Missed me train.
Oh, well, you could have phoned me. I was working.
I know, I'm sorry. I didn't think, did I?
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, fine. How are you?
Oh, great. I've had a wild time, me. All these fellas taking me out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kevin, I'm not serious.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, I'm off at 3. Why don't we talk about it then, well, whatever it is.
There's nothing, Sal, honest. Well, just heard about Gail and Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'll have to go and work this after. I should have been there this morning.
Oh, Kevin.
I'm sorry, Sal. But I had to, Anna.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, well, that should cheer her up, shouldn't it?
There's not like it, is there? Mind you, she's convinced me of one thing she has.
What's that?
The way to a man's heart is definitely not through his stomach. If it was, Sally would die single, no question. I took £7.80 on food this dinner.
I'm looking for somebody who can cook.
Jack, before you start, I can't see you in a chef's hat, no way.
No, not... Our Vera's between jobs, as you well know. And I'm not saying out permanent, but as a fill, you know.
You gotta be joking, Jacko. You and your Vera, together, behind this bar?
Ah, yeah, you're right. What am I thinking? I must be going soft in my old age.
Yes, Ida, come in, would you?
Would you like me to go?
No, it's okay. It's about Vera.
Oh, not you as well.
Well, I don't think she should have been sacked, Mr. Baldy.
Are you talking as a mate or a shop steward?
Well,
Because if you're talking as a mate, I can understand it. You're trying to put the word in. But if you're talking as a shop steward, you haven't got a leg to stand on. No, no. No, she's had her warning, she's had her chances, and she's skived off time and time again.
But
I've got her time cards there. They don't make very pretty reading. Any time of the day, I could walk out of here and see her coming out of the house, or coming out the Rovers, or going into her house, or climbing into that flaming car of hers. And what did I pay her for? She wasn't even good at her job. And she had a very poisonous mouth. So don't you try this union stuff with me, Ida. Not in this case. It just won't work.
Oh, well, we'll see then, won't we?
Anything else?
No?
Good. What do you reckon? I think I fielded that one all right, don't you?
Well, what do you say? Is he going to take her back? Is he Eckers like?
No.
No. Well, what about the union then? There's no flipping union can do, Shirley, and he knows it. Oh, somebody's got there.
Hello, darling.
Hello. Hello, Emily.
Nice one. What are you doing here? And one more word about Vera, and you're fine.
I've left my car at home. Just wondered if I could borrow the Jag for an hour. Saved me getting mine, won't it? Just want to nip into Stockport.
Yeah, only watch it. The right indicator's gone. You've got to use a hand signal.
Right.
You okay?
They've just all ignored me when I walked in.
Did they?
They obviously think it's my fault Vera getting sacked.
Who cares what they think? The important thing is what you think and what you know. And you know it wasn't your fault. Go on. See if you can get the car back by 5 when I need it.
Bye, Emily. Bye.
Oh, Kevin.
Oh, Mrs. O.
Hey, you've been a long afternoon, love.
Yeah, well, had to do a bit of work. Brian's gone out since I've been away. Thought I'd best graft a bit.
How is he?
Oh, he's a bit low, innit? Went to see solicitor this morning.
Oh? What's happened?
Well, it's a divorce, innit?
Oh, you're still going on with it then?
Yeah, seems like. I'd heck of a time answering the solicitor's questions and all that.
Be a lot of money he's spending and all.
I don't know. 7 years of marriage out a window just like that.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Chuck, I've done your favourite tea, steak and kidney pie, and it's just done to a turn. So you get yourself washed and it'll be on the table.
Nice one, thanks, Mrs. O.
Not much of a tea, this, Harvey.
Don't start.
Eat burgers and chips, please. You've got to open a can of peas.
Look, I'm nothing a week coming. Well, I'm not going to be opening no cans of peas.
All right. How did you go on today?
Well, I went down to the Dole for what that's worth. Then I phoned this job up in Gazette for a receptionist. Personable, it said in paper, with an attractive speaking voice. They said they'd phone me back if they thought I were right. Do you reckon I can just see myself doing that, receptioning?
Hiya.
Hiya, Cirillo. Ain't these ready? Burgers on the grill and chips in oven.
I'll eat it later. Going down the Rovers for a pint.
What's up with you?
That wife of mine down the yard, innit?
What wife?
Only got one, haven't I? Curly. I mean, I bought these wheelbarrows, right? Okay, I made a mistake. Stuff by. I can't sell them. But does that mean to say that we have got to talk about now else all day? Every time I turn round, he stood there staring at them. Ooh, Terry, what we're gonna do, Terry? He seems to think that gawping at them's gonna make them roll off out and get them sold. I am seriously thinking about a divorce.
Well, at least you didn't work after it. At least you've got that.
You reckon? Then I got Rita Flaming Fair Club going on at me for the rent, and then I've got a phone bill for 90 flaming quid. And that is a heck of a lot, I'll tell you, when you got a wife and 15 wheelbarrows to support. See ya.
All right, Terry. He won't want these beef burgers then, will he?
Oh, doesn't it?
Hello, Emily.
Hello, Susan. You looking for Mike?
No, just killing time. I'm taking Tracy to Altrincham Ice Rink in about half an hour.
Oh, that's nice.
That's 70p, please, Emily.
Thank you. Will you have one, Susan?
Oh, thank you. That looks exotic. What's that?
St. Clement's.
I'll have one of those then, please.
Right, that'll be 140, please.
Right. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
No, but I just feel as though I'm no family anymore. That's fair enough. Got their own lives, haven't they?
Do you know, I thought you were having a right good time down there and all.
Oh, I did, you know, I enjoyed seeing him and all that. Just got the feeling he was holding something back from me, you know, something I wasn't part of, as though like, didn't belong anymore.
I'm really sorry, Kevin.
Yeah. Hey, do you reckon you'll be able to finish early? Could get off somewhere?
Oh, I wish I could. But my dad nicked my mum's purse this morning. He's been out all day. He'll be smashed out of his skull when he gets back. I'll have to go home just in case he sets on her.
I see.
I'm sorry, Kev. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, I understand.
I was sorry the factory girls did that when you walked in today, Susan.
Oh, it was horrible.
I know. Once they take against you for any reason, they certainly let you know, don't they? And I'm sorry, I feel partly to blame. It was me that told Mike something had happened in the first place.
Oh, I don't blame you. I'm sure he dragged it out of you.
Well, to be honest, I don't think I had much choice.
I'm sure you didn't. I'll tell you something else, though. I don't think Vera should have been given the sack. I think she should have been just reprimanded.
I think I agree with you. But if I were you, I'd let it drop. He's determined not to reinstate her.
Yeah, I know he is. But we'll have to see what happens, won't we? Because I'm determined that he will.
What you doing, fattening me up for Christmas?
Oh, go on, get a good breakfast down you. Nice change to see a smile on your face.
Yeah, not much to smile about though, is there? Still can't get over Gail and Brian.
Oh, you were down in the dumps before, I told you about that. What was it? Something that happened in Southampton?
Something what didn't happen, more like. You know, people are thinking something.
Oh, I do, love, yeah. But mind you, I've always been on the psychical side ever since I was a little girl in my Whitwalk's frock. Do you know, you wouldn't believe the number of times I've psychied what I was thinking to my Stan. No, husbands and wives are like that, you know. He'd be sitting over there, and I'd be thinking to myself, I wouldn't mind going to the pictures tonight. And blow me, I'd no sooner thought it than he'd say it. Do you fancy going to the pictures tonight, he'd say. Hundreds of times that's happened.
Yeah, well, wasn't quite like that. I knew there was something going on. I knew he was planning something, but I didn't know what. I still don't. I don't like things happening behind my back. Not in the family.
Oh, well, if that's what it was, love, I wouldn't condemn them too soon. Because it's a very complicated thing, is the psychic. Especially if you haven't got the true gift. There's not all that many of us, you know.
Yeah, well, something's going on. I know that for sure. And then there's Sally. You can't get near her. Now she's working in a pub. You don't reckon she's giving me the push, do you?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. No, there's one thing I will say for that girl. She's straightforward. If there was out wrong, she'd tell you.
Yeah. Got to hope, though, haven't you?
Oh, don't give that up, love. Never. A good dollop of hope and a hearty breakfast, you'll not go far wrong. Now, go on, get that toast down, yeah?
You seen out to your Susan?
No, but then I'm not likely to.
I just wondered how she felt about this affair about Vera Duckworth, you know. I mean, Deirdre said she was worried about Vera getting the sack.
What does she think Susan can do about it?
Well, she can have a word with her husband, seeing he's the boss.
She'll get very far with him.
You know, Ken, to say you've got letters after your name, there's times when you're not very clever, and you underestimate that daughter of yours.
Do I?
By gum, that lassie of yours is a glutton for punishment, isn't she?
How do you mean?
Well, if what I heard is true, that she got Vera up with her sack, she's headed right for the lion's den. As a matter of fact, she's knocking at the door.
No need to apologise.
I'm coming. Oh, what do you want?
I've come to talk.
You haven't got a knife in your hand, have you? Because I'm not turning my back on you again.
No, I haven't got a knife. I've come to talk. So if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, come on then. Look, I don't know what good you think talking's gonna do.
It's going to do a lot, I hope. Look, I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you how I feel.
How you feel? How do you think I feel? It's me that's on the dole. And I'm not living in no flaming luxury flat.
Oh, please, listen.
Listen, that's all we ever do, ain't it, working class? Speak when you're spoken to, that's us, isn't it?
In spite of what you might think, I never went running to my husband, telling him tales about what I'd seen that day. Somebody told him that we'd been having words, and he made me tell him what it was all about. I would never have told him if he hadn't have asked me. And that's the truth. So you can believe it or not. But one thing you better believe. I never intended for you to get the sack. And I was very upset when I found out what had happened to you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What upset you? Did you think income tax wouldn't ask you for more money to pay my unemployment?
Oh, come on.
Come on. Look, words mean nothing. You can stand there and say you're sorry till you're blue in the face. Don't get me my job back, does it?
Well, it might. That's what I've come to tell you. Look, I can't promise you anything, Mrs. Duckworth, but I'm going to do everything within my power to try and get you that job back. And I'll tell you something else. I think you asked for the sack. And if the truth be told, I think you deserve it. But I'll be blowed if you're going to get it because of something I'm supposed to have said.
Well, go on then. Don't just stand there. Come on. Get going. Get doing whatever you think you've got to do. Go on.
Do you remember that last? Could I have a private word? Do you mind, Emily?
Oh, no, not at all. Now what? I said it'd be better if you didn't come here for a while.
Yes, well, I thought it'd be better if I did. I've just been to see that Duckworth woman.
You what?
I said I've just been to see Vera Duckworth.
Oh, what on earth for?
You know jolly well what for. I don't like the idea of her being given the sack because of something I'm supposed to have said. So I want you to give her a job back.
Now, look, this is my business, my problem, and I'm capable of dealing with it. So just leave it. She's not worth worrying about.
No, I won't leave it. Look, I'm not asking you to do it for her sake. I'm asking you to do it for mine.
I said no, I'm running this show. She's sacked. That's the end of it.
Well, it's not as far as I'm concerned. Look, you overreacted and I'm suffering. So I'm telling you, you give her a job back or else.
Or else what?
Never mind what. Or else.
Hey, looks like she's got push and all.
Yeah, sooner the better.
Now, ladies.
Yeah. What do you think?
Lovely.
My loving husband told me to go into town and spend a few bob, so I took him at his word. Bless him, he's gonna have a fit when he sees the bill for this. Right, Archie, come on, get your smart fix. Let's get it over with. Ta-ra.
Bye.
Hello. Haven't seen Deirdre, have you?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact. I popped in the shop just now, and they were very busy. I shouldn't think she'd be long, though, because she asked me to order a couple of barm cakes for her. And you'd be pleased to know she gave me the money to buy you a drink. She'd be flat by now.
Oh, we're a great pair, aren't we?
You're doing too much, Ken. Why don't you take somebody else on, if Susan isn't coming back?
Well, it's not for the want of trying. I mean, I've seen a couple of hopefuls already who turned out to be hopeless. But someone will come along. I've not given up.
But it's now you want the help. What about Mrs. What's her name? Couldn't she give a hand?
Janet? Oh, bless her, no. No, she's great in the office, answering the phone and all that. But she could no more sell space than fly to the moon, and that's what's taking my time.
Well, get somebody, Ken. You're working far too hard. You really are.
What happened this morning, then?
I don't know. You tell me, Percy, what happened?
When Mike Baldwin's wife went to see your missus, because I heard he'd had a dust-up.
I didn't even know she'd been. Did you?
Haven't been home. Too much like hard work, mate.
Hey, well, happens she's got a job back then, eh?
Yeah, it happens she has, and look out for your head. There's a lot of low-flying pigs in here. Got a job back, some hopes.
Well, you never know your luck.
She'll never get a job back off Genghis Baldwin.
Well, give her a message from me, will you? I mean, there's no worse than having time hanging on your hands. So tell her if she's at a loose end, we've got some very interesting class at the crossroad, flower arranging for beginners. You know, pottery and all that sort of thing. Shall I have a word with her?
Yeah, you do that, Percy. Do you do first aid classes?
Oh, I would do that. Very good they are, too.
Yeah, well, put her down for them then and all. Then she can patch you up after she's shown you her gratitude.
It's very, very easy, no smiling. You just show your teeth. And if you want to laugh, you go... Go on, try
I
it.
don't feel like laughing.
Oh, why? What's up?
I just get a feeling no one else gives a tuppence for me anymore. Garage is like a flipping mug. I can't get near you because you're working in the pub. Suppose you'll go crawling home tired tonight when you're finished here again.
Oh, do you? Well, you suppose wrong, don't you? Because being a smart little cookie, I've worked things out, haven't I? And tonight, being Mrs. Ogden's night at bingo, I've swapped my night off, haven't I? So I'll be round at 7:30. No shows your teeth.
Honest?
If I was going to lie, Kevin, I'd think up something much better than that.
What's this?
I don't want you ever thinking nobody cares tuppence about you. So there's 5p. That says that I do.
Oh, do you want your change?
Oh, I'll belt you, Kevin Webster. No, I won't. I'm going to give you a hard time when you come round tonight. I'm not going to let you kiss me for the first 10 minutes.
7:30, right?
Right. Come on, give us a kiss.
I thought you said...
That's tonight, not now. Mwah. Go on, earn some pennies.
Blimey, I'm having a hot family.
Now don't get stroppy.
Well, do come in.
Have you got any idea how many people are unemployed in this country at the moment?
I know I'm one of them.
Enjoying it, are you?
Of course I'm not.
So if you had another job, do you think you'd try and keep it this time?
Well, I didn't want to lose it in the first place.
Oh, whose fault was that?
Mine, I suppose.
Well, I was thinking of putting in a word for you with the British Rail, you know, getting you to clean the carriages, but then I thought, no, not fair on the travelling public. So I want you back across there first thing in the morning, OK?
Do you mean it?
And don't thank me. That's if you thank anybody for anything.
Oh, I do, Mr. Baldwin. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, well, you keep your thanks for Susan. She's the one that put the word in, and heaven knows why, the way you've been slagging her off at the moment.
Tell her I'm sorry, will you?
Oh, no, you tell her yourself. That's first on the agenda. And second is this. If you so much as slope off in that jalopy again of yours, in working hours, there'll be no more little chats like this. It'll be get out and stay out, OK?
Yes, Mr. Baldwin.
Vera, stop giving me a hard time. I mean, why do you do it?
I don't know. It must be the way I'm made.
Must it? And if I was you, I'd have yourself taken to bits and put back together again.
Hey, with a bit of luck, they might put me back like Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Well, first thing in the morning, across there, ready for a hard day's work.
Right. Hey, can I get you know, a cup of tea or a glass of beer?
I don't want your tea, Vera. I don't want your beer. I want your undying loyalty and a hard day's work 5 days a week. Got it?
Yeah, I've got it, Mr. Baldwin. Yeah.
Good.
He should be back any minute now, Mr. Pemberton. Oh, yes, I'll certainly tell him. I can't think what's gone wrong. Bye.
Right, you lot. Wait. You'll be pleased to know that there'll be a body sitting in this chair tomorrow.
Have you got somebody then?
Yeah. Married lady, bottle blonde, big mouth.
Sound like Vera.
She looks like Vera too. In fact, it is Vera. And you can tell her from me, if she steps that line again, she's out of here for good. And that goes for the lot of you, got it?
Thanks, Mr. Baldwin. Oh, I knew he would let this down. I knew he'd take it.
Ivy!
Yes, Mr. Baldwin.
Did you tell Emily the Pemberton order went out this morning?
Well, I thought it did, Mr. Baldwin. I only...
Now, you listen to me and you listen good. I know you've got family problems, but they belong outside, all right? Do you hear that? While you're in here, the only thing that matters is work and nothing else. So leave your damn problems behind at home, all right?
Ivy?
Can't trust anyone in this place.
She's under a terrible strain, Mr. Baldwin.
This is a clothing factory, not a flaming psychiatric ward. I'm sick to death of the lot of you. Now, you get out of here. Get that Pemberton order sorted out. Go on.
Hey, you! Hang on. Excuse me, I'd just like to thank you for what you did. And look, I'm sorry for what I said.
Why, what's happened?
Mr. Baldwin, he come over at dinner time, giving me job back, and he said it were you that put a word in for me.
Yeah, well, that was more for my own satisfaction than for your sake. I mean, I didn't want people to think I go around telling tales, did I?
Well, I'm grateful anyway.
Well, you work hard, eh?
I will. Hey, you! Hey, guess what? Baldwin's giving me job back.
Yes, I know I heard Vera.
What's up? Oh, what's the matter, love?
Leave me alone.
I certainly will not. Come on. You're coming in our house for a cup of tea. Come on.
I just came to say thank you.
Well, I hope I don't live to regret it. Only why I took any notice of you, God knows. That lot out there are rubbish. They don't deserve a job.
What's up now?
Well, I've just run out screaming blue murder. Customers are yelling for their orders. I tell you, if I don't keep my eyes on that lot,
Every minute of the day, the place just goes to the dogs.
Well, why don't you?
I don't know what.
Keep your eye on them. Every minute of the day.
Oh, don't be stupid. I mean, who's going to sell the stuff if I don't? No good just making it. Someone's got to actually sell it.
Somebody like me. Well, I've done marketing and I've done business studies and I've sold space at the recorder. Oh, come on, I could do it. I know I could.
No.
Well, why not? Oh, yes, if I was your son instead of your wife, you'd move mountains to get me into the business. Well, what's the difference?
What, between you and a boy? Do you want me to tell you?
I'm serious, Mike. Look, I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Yeah. I've been thinking about things too. About a family home. A family to go in it. Isn't that important?
Yeah, of course it is. Look, I'm only 21. I mean, I do want a family, but I want a career first. I mean, not for too long.
Well,
but...
it can't be for too long, can it? I'm not 21. Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, of course I have. But, well, I've had a good education, and I want to use it for a year or two. Mike, I'm warning you, if I don't use it here, I'll use it somewhere else. Don't be late. It's Philip's day.
I'll tell you the truth, kid. I think one or two of them had sussed it out a while since. I think they thought that Ian lad were more involved than you were making out. But divorce, I mean, that's a bit drastic, isn't it? And y'all lot don't believe in it, do they?
Yes, well, I don't want to talk about it, Vera. Let's just hope the Holy Father sends a miracle, love. Anyway, I must get back to work, eh?
Oh, listen, let them stew a bit.
I don't want things any worse than they are, do I?
Hey, great news getting the job back, wasn't it, eh?
Yeah, yes, great.
Great. You're an insensitive devil, you aren't you?
Anybody else hiding behind them shelves? Oh. Al's Mini Market. Oh, hello, love. Just a minute, yeah. Audrey? Yes? Yeah, it's your Gail on the phone. She's just coming, love. Your Gail.
You cheeky devil, locking up without a word to your wife.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'd forgotten you were through there.
Oh, charming. So you mean if Gail hadn't phoned, I'd have been stuck up there all night checking your flipping stock. Oh. Honestly, love, you no idea what he's doing to your mother.
Hey.
Oh, love, what's the matter? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, of course I will. Now, come on, have a good stiff drink and I'll come straight round. Yeah. Stay where you are, all right? Oh, he's a brute, that lad. He phones Gail up and says he wants to meet her, so she's all over the moon thinking he wants to talk about getting back together. But no, he wants to talk about the finer details of the divorce, he says. Oh. Finer details. Oh. Do you know, there are times I can well do without men.
Al's Mini Market. Oh, hello. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, I'll see if I... I'll have to go next door, yeah. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, Kevin! What? It's your dad on the phone. I just caught him. Yeah, he's coming.
Just on the way to the chipper, then. Did Daddy say?
Yeah, hurry it up, will you? I'm trying to close.
Yeah, okay. Look, it was about that t-shirt I left. What'd you bother posting it for? What are you going there for? Go to Germany.
Well, there's no fortunes being made in here tonight.
You never know, it could book up.
Ah, heck, it's a better. See that, did you, from Betty? Won't be long before she's back.
Where is it?
Houses of Parliament, Funny Farm.
Don't you like politicians?
You what? I won't give you tuppence for the lot of them. A load of flaming hypocrites. They don't give a toss about the likes of you and me. All they're interested in is getting in again next time.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, don't you? Well, look, you and me argue the toss at times, don't we? About the best way to do something. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes you are. But if we're wrong, we admit it, right?
Right.
Not this lot. Everything the other side does is wrong, all the time, everything. So you work it out. If neither lot's any good, what the heck are we paying them for?
Yeah, but it's all a matter of opinion, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you just had mine, Dumbo. He's no better.
Well, they say there's naught so queer as folk, and by heck, they're right. They must have made you dad an offer he couldn't refuse, you know, like that fella in the picture.
Sounds like it.
So when are they going then?
Any day now.
And where are they going exactly?
A place just outside Essen, I think he said.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. We used to bomb it in the war.
Yeah, well, it's the British Army barracks they're doing up. It's a German firm they're using, like, you know, do a bit of subcontracting, take British labour. It's the firm my dad does a bit for in Southampton who sort of recommended him.
Hey, well, they must think a lot of him then.
Yeah, well, the craftsman is my dad.
And are they all going? I mean, like Elaine and your sister?
Yeah, they've got a house out there. Be there a year.
Well, never mind, it'll soon pass. Well, wish me luck.
Yeah, good luck, Mrs. Ogden. Bags are full houses.
Oh, some hopes. Oh, I won't be late.
Oh, I bet she won't. Oh, cheer up, Rambo.
That's what I mean about no one giving tuppence for me. I must have been in the wind while I was down there. Not a word. Just a phone call, dead casual. We're off to Germany.
You didn't want to go with them then?
No, I didn't want them to go either. I wanted them to stop here where I could see them once in a while. It's bad enough as it is. There used to be a strong elastic band holding our family together. Got stronger when my mum died. Now it's snapped. Don't belong anymore.
I want you to belong to me.
Do you mean that?
Yeah. How many more times have I got to tell you? What do you want me to do to prove it to you?
You could marry me. Didn't say that proper, did I? You marry me?
Oh, if you knew. You knew how many times I've dreamt of somebody saying that to me. Since I was about 10. Used to be Robert Redford. But since I met you, I only wanted you to say it.
Can I answer yes or no yet?
Yes! Oh! Yes! Oh. Are you serious, Kevin? Are you really serious?
I've never been more serious in all my life. I love you, Sally Seven.
Oh, and I love you, Kevin Webster. No, not yet. Hey, you didn't know I had a diary, did you?
No.
I'll show you on our wedding night. Oh. What time is it exactly? Well, like they do on the telly.
7:58 p.m.
Right. 7:58 p.m. The most wonderful moment of my life.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
How far already then?
Oh, yeah, I promised Bet I'll be in early. Your breakfast's under the grill.
All right, I'll see you later then.
Well, I don't know what that Sally Seddon's got, but you should be able to get it on National Health.
Hey?
Well, you had a face as long as Southport Pier when you come back from Southampton. Look at you now, grinning all over your chops like a Cheshire cat.
I thought you was in a hurry.
Yes, I am. I'll see you later.
See you, Missy O.
Are you going to sit there all day?
No, of course I'm not.
Well, look sharp then, or I'll be late.
Sorry?
For school. You are giving me a lift, aren't you?
No, sorry, love, not this morning. No.
Oh, well, ta very much. You know what time it is?
I'm not going in this morning.
You're not going in?
No, I got some paperwork I want to catch up on, you know.
Oh, well, you could have said, Dad. I'll probably be late now.
Well, you'll be a sight later if you stand there arguing the toss, won't you? Go on, off you go.
See you after.
Yeah. Ta-da.
Flipping great Nana. Nearly had me out my skin then.
Kevin Webster, is that any way to talk to your intended?
You told your mum and dad yet?
Yeah, I've told them.
How did they take it?
How I expected, I suppose. Seems that their daughter's wedding is about as exciting to them as a gas bill. Well, my mum weren't so bad, but my dad. It's not so much gaining a son-in-law as losing a gyro check.
I'm sorry.
Don't be, I'm not. All that matters to me now is you and me. Have you told Mrs. Ogden yet?
Oh, no. We said we'd wait till you tell your mum and dad first.
Oh, well, you can tell her at dinner time, can't you?
No, I want to pick me moment, don't I? Well, Mrs. O's been a bit special to me. I mean, you get wed, well, it'd be like losing a son to her.
Well, she's not going to have you for much longer.
I hope not.
Hope not. I thought we were getting married as soon as we could.
Yeah, but we're going to find somewhere to live, aren't we?
And that's just where I'm off.
Where?
To work out what we can afford.
Don't like grass grow, you, do you? Can't wait. See you now.
Oh, it is a long time to Christmas without a break.
So you keep saying.
Well, it never occurred to me till you and Alan started fixing up this little holiday of yours in the lakes.
There's nothing to stop you doing the same thing.
Oh, I know, but it's not the same on your own, is it?
Alan didn't ring this morning, did he, before I came in?
No? Were you expecting him?
No, not really. I'm seeing him tonight anyway. It's just, we're not seeing him yesterday. I thought he might have been trying to get in touch.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Mr. Sutton. Oh, it is nice to see somebody with a smile on the face.
Well, there's no point in being on the other road, is there?
Go on, what you have to know.
Why is it whenever I try to present a cheerful face to the world, everybody assumes I must want something?
Well, if you don't, I'm very sorry.
Ah, well, seeing as you brought the subject up. We're arranging the autumn fair over at the centre as usual, and we're just making sure we can depend on your generosity, Mrs. Fairclough, you know, for your usual contribution to the tombola stall.
What did I say?
Well?
Aye, go on.
Thank you very much. You know, I don't know where we'd be without our local traders.
Oh, I do, skint.
Somebody going away, then?
Yes, it's Rita, as a matter of fact. She and Alan are having a few days away.
You know, I've been thinking to do it same thing myself.
Having a few days away with Alan.
Having a little holiday. I could just do with a bit of a lift before winter sets in proper.
So where are you off then?
Oh, just I was thinking about it. I don't think I'll get much further than that neither. Well, when you're on your own. Any road, I'll be seeing you.
Percy?
What?
Usual be all right, will it? Your chocolates for tombola?
You're a saint, Mrs. Fairclough. That's what you are. A saint.
What's the matter, Mavis? You've gone quite pale.
Do you mind, Hilda? I've got a dozen little fellas doing a clog dance on my brain. You're not helping.
Oh, very sorry, I'm sure. Didn't know it was against the law to be happy in your work.
It isn't, but if you wouldn't mind doing it a bit quieter, eh? Afternoon, Gloria.
Oh, I'm not that late.
Late enough. Things were beginning to look a bit serious.
Serious?
I was in danger of having to brew up myself.
I've just been chatting to Betty Turpin, haven't I? Oh, I thought you'd taken her to their gardens.
Well, she's back, isn't she? Been back nearly a week. Oh, how's she going on?
Well, she said she's going on fine. Nothing to do, all the time in the world to do it. But if you ask me, she's bored out of her mind.
She's always welcome to drop by in here.
Yeah, that's what I told her. Said she might look in at dinner.
Oh, some hopes.
Why?
Well, after the way she's been treated.
But Nicky will be at school. Of course I want you to bring him. I know it'll be easier to talk without him there, but I want to see him. Yeah. I'll see you then.
Is that Gail?
Yeah. She wanted to meet me after dinner, on her own.
Out of the point there.
Don't you start.
I'm all thinking of Nicky, Anna. I mean, if you two are meeting up to discuss your divorce proceedings, your future.
What future?
Exactly. Well, the way you've been lately, it's not going to be no Sunday school tea party, is it?
Just what you trying to say, Kevin?
Oh, I'm thinking of Nicky, Anna. I don't think it's right that he should see his mum and dad at each other's throats, that's all.
Give us credit for something, will you?
That's your magazine and that, and your 2 weeks' papers is £4.25.
Oh, great. Fiver.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, Mum.
Oh, look, I was just coming across to see you.
Have you got any more of them indigestion tablets, or have I already had your stuff?
Not quite.
Oh, thanks. Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, of course I am.
What's all this indigestion business?
Oh, it's nothing. I had the same thing when I was carrying Nicky. Which reminds me, wrapping paper. We're going to a party tomorrow.
Help yourself, love.
Listen, you'd tell me if there were anything wrong, wouldn't you? I mean, that's what I'm here for, you know.
Stop worrying, Mum. I'm all right.
Have you heard any more from Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to see him this afternoon as it happens.
Talk about the divorce.
What else have we got to talk about?
That's what's worrying you.
Nothing's worrying me.
Listen, love it, I know it's your life, but if you're in any doubt at all that you're doing the right thing,
Mum, nothing's changed. I know how you feel. I know you'd like us to be one big happy family again, but I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Nothing's changed.
Oh.
You all right?
Hello, cabin maid. Oh, hello. Yes, she's here. It's Alan for you.
Oh.
I'll sit down.
Ta. Hello, love. I've been expecting you to phone all morning.
Right.
You can't make it? Well, look, if you're that pushed, it doesn't have to be a night out, you know. We could settle for a glass of something back at home later.
I'll see you later.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you do that. You give me a ring when you sorted yourself out. Bye, Alan.
Where are you off to, then?
No, can't make it. Going to be a habit, this, isn't it?
Oh.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Well, I could ask you the same thing.
Oh, I forgot the game's good, didn't I?
Oh.
Need this afternoon. Not been out yet?
No. I got a bit near dinner, so I thought I'd have a bite to eat here first.
And have you?
Not yet, no.
Do you want me to get you something?
No, it's all right, thanks.
I think you're doing something for work.
I was, yeah.
Situation's vacant. What are you looking in there for?
Just looking, you know.
No, there's always something at work, have you?
Not exactly, no.
But something's happened, hasn't it? Hasn't it?
I've not been into work because I've got no work to go to.
Eh?
I've been made redundant
Redundant?
since the end of last week.
Why don't you say something?
Well, I didn't want to worry you. And I thought something would have turned up by now.
Does Rita know?
Nobody knows, only you. And that's the way I want to keep it, okay?
Yeah, well, you can tell Rita.
No one.
Like another, Mrs. Ogden?
Oh, I think I'm all right, thanks.
Perhaps it's as well rate they're serving in here. Hey, are you working here? Are you just there for decoration?
Don't it just remind you of your favourite uncle, him?
Well,
Yes,
I'll have to get it, please.
Look what the wind's blown in.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Hilda.
I think I will have that drink. A light ale, please.
And a light bottle for Mrs. Ogden.
Go on, Sal, I'll get it.
Well, look who it isn't. About time and all.
But...
What you having? Percy's shout.
It's what?
Down, boy, you're all right. It's on the house.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll have a sweet sherry.
Gloria, sweet sherry for the lady, a big one.
Oh, hold on about that.
Oh, suit yourself. I'm warning you on it. First one's free.
Oh, well, go on, then. So, what are you doing with yourself, then? Oh, this and that, you know. Surprising where the time goes. Ta, Gloria.
I've told you, I don't want to tell her. I don't want to just come out with it.
Why not?
I've told you why not. I'll tell her at tea time, I promise. Look, what was you saying about flats?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been doing my sums, haven't I? And with what you earn and what I earn, I reckon we can just about do it.
It doesn't stop at rent, you know. There's other bills, gas, electricity, rates. That's before we even think about eating.
I know we have, and I've thought of all that, Kevin, and I can tell you, we can do it. We can get married. And as far as I'm concerned, the sooner the better.
Yeah, me and all.
Right, love. Thanks very much. I'll make sure it gets in window straight away. Thank you. Bye.
Come on, get this down, if I've got a minute.
Why not? It's about the most exciting thing that's likely to happen to me today.
Oh, look. I know that you're disappointed, but if Alan's busy, he's busy, isn't he?
That's what he says.
Well, you don't think that he's seeing somebody else?
I don't know what to think, Mavis, and that's the honest truth. I just have a feeling there's something not right.
Surely. You know him well enough now to know you can trust him.
I thought I did.
What have you told him?
What about?
Why I'm not there?
The truth?
You what?
All right, Brian, don't lose your cool. I've not told him everything. Just as much as he can take in for the moment. Now, for one reason or another, you aren't able to live with us anymore.
You didn't tell him why?
Brian, how can I explain to a lad of Nicky's age?
Just don't want him growing up thinking I deserted him.
Don't worry. He'll know the truth someday. No doubt you'll make sure of that. But just for the moment, let's keep things as simple as possible, eh? For his sake.
What does he make of it all?
He asked me if he'd left home because you didn't love him anymore.
He what?
It's all right. I reassured him. I told him you do love him. We both do. Very much. And that will never change. Even though you and me are living apart.
How'd he take that?
All right, I suppose. His friend came to call for him and he went out to play. He's not mentioned it since. He misses you, Brian. There's no doubt about that. And it's not going to be easy for him, growing up without you.
How do you think I feel? Me guts tie themselves up in knots every time I think about it. Every morning when I get up, every night when I come home from work and he isn't there. God, when I think about it. 3 months ago, we had everything to look forward to. Now look at us.
Maybe it's not too late.
Maybe it's not too late. You're pregnant with another man's child and you say maybe it's not too late.
Ryan, can't you get it through your thick head? It could be yours. It could be your daughter.
And it could be half Australian and all.
We don't know that.
Oh, I see. And how many more has there been?
I didn't mean that and you know it.
I know nothing, Gail. This happened to be the one time when you got caught out. What about all the other times when I was away?
You can't believe that.
I don't know what to believe anymore. And while I'm with you, I never will. You don't have to tell me what this divorce is doing to me. Or Nicky, or anybody else, because I know. I know. But there's no way I can ever have a life with you again. No way. So the sooner we sort out the details and get it over and done with, the better.
There you go, Glo.
Oh, John. Okay, Bet.
Yeah, thanks, girls.
Thanks.
See you tonight.
Ciao, Betty.
Ta-ta, my love.
Bye, lovies.
Oh, well, I think it's about time I got back.
Yeah, well, you'd want to, wouldn't you? You having such a busy life.
Yeah, that's right.
Like sitting in precinct, chatting to anybody who'll listen. Like sitting at home, stroking that cat of yours.
I say, do you think I sit at home twiddling my thumbs all day?
Save it, Betty. It's me you're talking to, remember? I can read you like a book. You're bored out your mind.
Well, what do you expect? I mean, work's been my life. This place is like a little second home to me.
Yeah, I know.
So why did you give Gloria the job when you knew I wanted it?
Hey, now, come on. You did go on about retirement a bit, didn't you?
Well, yeah, of course I did. Still, it's all water under a bridge now.
Who says?
Well, you seem very well suited to me, love.
All right. You're not around at dinner times, are you? To hear all the complaints about food.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying if you fancy coming back for dinner times, I'd snap your hand off.
Oh, you're not just saying it because you feel sorry for me, are you?
I only have to get somebody else.
Do you mean just dinner time?
That's all.
Not you doing it for me, are you?
Don't flatter yourself. It's your hot pot I'm after. And your steak and kidney pie. I've got a living to make.
Oh, well, if that's the way it is, I don't have any choice, do I?
Hi.
very much.
Oh, hello, Jenny. You're early.
Yeah, well, I thought I might as well make an early start. Off out tonight.
Well, you'll have to wait a few minutes. I haven't finished marking up yet.
Oh, it's all right. No sweat. Rita?
Hey, you want to watch that dad of yours? You know what they say about all work and no play.
I'm not with you.
Well, he was supposed to be seeing me tonight, and he's phoned and said he can't make it because he's got too much work on.
Well, if that's what he said.
I'll just go and put that kettle on, Mavis, before tea time rush.
That's all right. Look, Jenny, I don't quite know how to put this, but... Well, if you know any reason why your dad has gone off, Rita...
Gone off her?
Well, I mean, he's acting very strangely, isn't he? I mean, one minute he can't wait to get this holiday booked in the Lake District, and the next minute he seems to be avoiding her.
Yeah, well, if he says he's got work to do...
Oh, yes, well, he used that sort of excuse before, didn't he, when Gloria was around?
Hey, she don't think it's out like that, does she?
She doesn't know what to think, and I can't say that I blame her. So, if you know anything at all, then I think Rita has a right to know. I do, honestly.
Look, it's not like that. If you must know, he's lost his job. He's been made redundant.
Lost his job?
Shh. Promise don't breathe a word.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of in losing your job, not these days.
Yeah, well, you don't know my dad. He's a proud man, and last thing he wants right now is sympathy. Not from Rita, nor anybody else.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you for another 10 minutes. Your tea's not ready yet.
Ah, well, it's all right. I want a word first, anyway.
What, with me?
Yeah, you know those sherry glasses you keep for weddings and funerals?
Yeah, what about them?
Yeah, well, I reckon you should get a couple out. I don't fancy drinking this out of mugs.
Sherry? What's that in aid of?
Never mind, just get the glasses out.
Yeah. Now, what's all this about then?
Well, got something to tell you, Anna. Say when.
Oh, hey, go easy. Not had my tea yet.
Well, this won't do you no harm.
You come up on the pools or something?
How better than that? Me and Sally's getting married.
Married?
That's right.
Oh. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Mind you, I won't pretend I haven't hoped you'd do better for yourself, but, well, having got to know the girl a bit better, I must admit she's not as bad as the rest of her family. Certainly brought a bit of colour to your cheeks. Well, congratulations. Wish you both much happiness.
Oh, it's our Mrs. O.
I suppose you'll be planning on a long engagement, you know, give yourselves time to save up. Like.
Well, no, we was planning to get married as soon as possible, as it happens.
Oh. Oh, so that's it. Well, I just hope it hasn't happened under my roof.
That's what?
You know what I'm on about. You've got to get married, haven't you?
No, it wasn't like that, Mrs. O, honest.
Well, it all seems a bit sudden to me.
Oh, me and Sally's both got a job. We can afford a nice little place. So where's the point in hanging around?
Oh, well, it's your lives, I suppose. If you're quite sure you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I've never been more sure of anything in all my life.
Well, if you are planning on getting wed that quick, you shouldn't be splashing your money about on this stuff.
Oh, yes, I should. I wanted it to be special when I told you. After all, you have been a bit special to me, haven't you?
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
Yes, you have. And I hope you carry on being special to me and Sally after we're both married.
Well, I hope so and all. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate what you said. Well, seeing as you've gone to all this trouble, perhaps I'll have a drop more if there's some available.
Of course you can. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, thanks very much.
So, when's Betty starting?
Can't be soon enough for me, love.
Sally's not going to like it.
Well, I can't help that, can I? I need somebody to do a decent menu. Any road should still have evenings, won't she?
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Sal.
Hi, kid. Look, when we've got a minute, I want a word, OK?
With me?
Yes.
Yeah, right there. I brought you in here to cheer you up, you know.
I'm sorry, Mavis. I'm not very good company.
Look, any man who has problems with his work...
Problems? Sort of problems?
Well, not problems exactly.
Mavis, I think you know more about this than you're letting on. Look, Mavis, if you do know something that I don't you think I ought to know?
Why is it whenever I try to do something for the best, it's me that ends up on the spot?
Mavis?
Well, you promise you won't say a word, not until Alan himself says something.
Go on.
He's lost his job.
Lost his job? Is that all?
Oh, that can destroy some men.
Oh, Mavis, I know it can. I didn't mean it like that. I think I'm that relieved that it isn't anything else.
Like seeing another woman?
Yes, I suppose so. Anyway, thanks for telling me.
Oh, I only hope I've done the right thing.
You have. I promise you.
You wanted a word with me, Bet?
Yes, Flower. Look, I don't like having to do this, but I'm going to have to cut your hours down.
Cut my hours down, but why? What have I done?
You've not done anything. Betty Turpin's coming back. Dinner time's only. Now, you've got to admit, grub line isn't exactly your strongest point.
Finishing me at dinner time.
Oh, you'll still have evenings, won't you?
And I'll only be picking up half my wage packet. Won't I, very much for nothing? Well, I won't do evenings. Because if I'm not good enough to work here full time, I'm not good enough to work here at all. So you know what you can do with your rotten job.
Right, is that the lot?
Oh, yeah, sir. By X, she doesn't know how lucky she is getting somebody as house-trained as you.
Yeah, I think she does. Right, that's a lot. I think I'll go down to the Rovers and tell Sally she doesn't have to keep it to herself anymore. She'll be over the moon.
I might just join you when I finish this slab.
Well, I'll get it.
Oh, sir.
What are you doing here? I, just on the way down to the Rovers to see you.
Well, you'd no need to bother. Because I don't work there anymore.
Hey, what's that?
She's only taken Betty Turpin on again for dinner times, hasn't she?
What, Bet Lynch has?
So I told her what she could do with that rotten job if that's all she thought of me.
You mean you packed it in?
Wouldn't you have?
Oh, well, I am sorry. It was supposed to be such a happy day for you and all. Kevin's told me your good news.
Great.
Well, look, never mind about Bet Lynch. I know it's a rotten thing to happen, but, well, we have got summer to celebrate, haven't we? Kevin, get the rest of the sherry.
All right.
Celebrate?
Yeah, I'd like to drink a toast to you both. Wish you a happy marriage.
What marriage?
Hey?
Don't you listen to anything, Kevin. I told you we could just about afford to get married to what I was bringing in from the Rovers. Now we've got no chance.
You lot, cool down. I wish you were as lively when you arrived first thing in the morning instead of looking like a flock of bleary-eyed sheep.
Listen, who's talking?
Hey, don't you be cheeky with me, Craig Russell. I'll put it around. You've only got one hair on your chest.
What kept you?
Oh, that flaming dog at 2 Mount Pleasant. Let me in the garden, but won't let me out again. I had to wait to be rescued. Oh, that flaming dog.
Oh, it's only a scratchy little thing, Jenny.
Yeah, well, it might be little, but it's got these fangs. See you after.
Jenny?
Yeah?
I know about your dad losing his job.
Mavis told you.
Well, I more or less winkled it out of her. Well, you know what she's like when she's got a secret. She looks more guilty than a mass poisoner.
Actually, I'm glad you know. I'm worried about him, Rita. He's hardly eating and he's not sleeping. He's like we're still on at 2 o'clock this morning.
Well, he'll be upset. How long has he worked for this firm?
20-odd years?
They fire him just like that.
Yeah, well, he weren't the only one. Rationalisation or something they call it.
Rationalisation. It's a fancy name for a smacking face.
I think his pride's it more than anything. That's why he's not told anyone. Not even you. He says it's his problem and it's up to him to sort it out.
Has he tried to get another job?
Oh, yeah. He's had no luck, though. Reckons it's 'cause he's too old.
He's not old.
Well, he says if he don't get another job soon, he's going to get on his bike and try somewhere else. Down south.
Down south?
I've only just got my dad back. Now it looks like I'm going to lose him again. Because I'm not moving down south. Don't know how you feel.
Oh, I'll sort things out, don't you worry. Who does Bet Lynch think she is? Taking on Sally 1 minute and sacking her the next. Even the factory managers weren't as cruel as that in the 30s, and they had the power of life and death over you.
Yeah, well, certainly killed off us getting married. Can't afford it if Sally's not working.
Just wait till I get my hands on that Bet Lynch. She got too big for her boots, you know. That was obvious when they made her manageress of the old Rovers, but now they've dolled it all up for her. Well, it's a case of a daisy thinking it's a sunflower, isn't it?
Sally wasn't sacked, Mrs. O. She packed her job in.
Oh, yeah, but she was provoked, wasn't she? Deliberately provoked, if you ask me, so that she would tell Bet Lynch what to do with the job. And why was she provoked? to make way for Betty Turpin to come back.
Yeah, we'll go around making insinuations like that, and you could be out of a job, so be careful.
I'll get Sally a job back. Don't you worry.
How long you been here?
Oh, about an hour.
Keen on, aren't you?
Well, it's going to be a short day for me. Got an appointment to see Mr. Elizabeth this afternoon. A letter came this morning.
See? You're going through with it then, the divorce?
Got no choice, have I?
You could always.
What?
Make a fresh start. Carry on as though nothing ever happened.
There's nothing I'd like better.
Well then.
I've forgiven her in my mind 100 times. What the hell I've said? She did one daft thing, who doesn't? She's sorry. But the next minute I'm feeling all bitter and twisted again, hating her. I don't want to hate her, Kevin, but I can't help it. It's like we're in this runaway car, all three of us, and we can't stop it.
Too late when you're divorced, Brian.
You don't have to tell me that, mate.
Anyway, don't even look like I'm getting married, let alone divorced.
Well, Sally changed her mind, has she?
No. Packed her job in at the Rovers. Can't afford it without her wage.
Yeah, well, think yourself lucky.
Lucky?
Yep, because if you don't get wed, you don't get lumbered like I have.
You don't mean that.
No. No. I don't mean it. I like being married.
To Gail.
Well, I've not been married to anybody else, have I?
Can I have a packet of tissues? I've got a bit of a sniff.
Oh, dear. Well, I hope it doesn't develop into something nasty.
What, like double pneumonia? Well, knowing my luck.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm very sorry about...
Thanks.
And if there's anything I can do, you know...
Do you know the amount of people who've said that? You'd think there would be. Anyway, if you hear me sneezing in the cafe, evacuate. I get terrible colds, and they're very catchy.
I'll try to remember that.
I love.
Dear, what is wrong with human beings? I mean, I seem to find it impossible to be happy. Well, at least for more than brief periods.
Well, how can they be happy? It's like you keep saying, it's life, when they're forever being kicked in teeth.
Who do you blame, then? God?
Well, I blame somebody. I mean, look at Alan. It's not his fault that he's been made redundant and unhappy. Oh, to heck with it. I'm going round to see him.
Hey, well, he might not thank you for it. You know, Rita, remember what Jenny said? He wants to work it out on his own. Men are like that, aren't they? They can't bear people to see them looking a failure, and they certainly don't want anybody to see them when they're down.
Men and their flaming rules. You know, that's mainly what's wrong with young Brian, isn't it? Wounded macho.
Oh, come on, Rita. I mean, could you forgive your husband if he had a baby by another woman? That's asking a lot.
Well, I bet he'd forgive her if she pinched all their savings and blew it on a mink coat. And as I recall the Ten Commandments, stealing's just a bigger sin as adultery. But Brian wouldn't see stealing as a slight against him, against his masculinity. Well, I'm not going to let Alan sit and stew in his masculinity, if I can help it. I mean, what are mates for? Even female mates.
And of course you might also change his mind about going to live in another part of the country.
I can do that as well.
Morning, Hilda. Hiya, you look like you had a belting beauty sleep. Or did you wear a face pack last night?
Wish I could say the same for you.
It was only a joke.
Yes, well, I've never been very enamoured of your sense of humour.
All right, Hilda, what's your beef? I take it you have got a beef, or do you like making more noise than a clog dancer?
Yes, I have got a beef. And you know very well what it is.
Of course I do. You've just read in the paper that the board of directors are getting a 10th hour year rise, and you want 10th hour as well.
Well, I certainly work a damn sight harder than they do, and that's a fact. Directors. Just an even easier way of making a good living than being an executive.
Oh, is that a dig at me? Because, I mean, that's what I am, isn't it? Well, a junior executive.
Very junior.
Pardon?
Nothing. Any road to get to the point?
I wish you would.
Why have you sacked young Sally?
She walked out on me.
Only because you made her position here intolerant.
I put a very reasonable proposition to her.
Well, reasonable to you, perhaps, but not to her. Her and Kevin have only had to cancel their wedding plans because she's lost her job.
They've never.
They have.
Well, I didn't know.
Obviously not. So when are you going to give her a job back?
I'm not going to, Hilda. But she can come back part-time like I suggested.
Well, that's no good to her. She needs to get a full week in. Weddings cost money, you know. Then they've got to find somewhere to live and set it all up. It's all expense. Ah, they'd get married on fresh air and live on love if they could, bless them.
I am not going to give Sally back her job full-time, Hilda, much as I'd like to.
You can afford to take Betty Turpin back on?
Exactly. Because I need her to do the grub for me, which Sally can't do. Well, only after fashion. I know you think I'm being hard-hearted, but you have to be on my side of the bar. We're not living in the 60s and 70s now, Hilda, when the problem weren't getting the jobs. It were persuading folk to turn up and do 'em. Nobody were a bigger skiver than me. I never worked Mondays and Fridays for years. But them days have gone, Hilda, and nobody can fetch 'em back. Unless we find a few gold mines in North Sea next time. You either make a decent living or you scrape by. And I intend to make a decent living. And if that means hiring Betty instead of Sally to keep this pub making a profit, then I'd cheese. Now, them are the facts of life, Hilda. It's the way of the world, as I think you very well know.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's a very nice world if you can't give a leg up to a nice young couple like Kevin and Sally. All they want to do is get wed.
The world was fine, Hilda. Till Adam and Eve appeared. He started wanting a new car, she wanted a fitted kitchen.
Hey, you're not suggesting we go back to wearing them loincloths, are you?
Well, I don't know about you. I reckon I'd look stunning in one.
I think I might have looked like Gandhi.
Oh, hello, Rita.
Hello, Laura. I don't suppose you've seen Alan this morning, have you?
No, I haven't. I can't remember the last time I did see him, in fact.
Oh.
Nothing wrong, is there?
No, I just wanted to see him about something. It can keep. Anyway, how are you keeping?
Oh, fine. You?
Fine.
Oh, hello, love. Hey, do you mind baked beans for your dinner, Kevin? Only I've not had time to do any shopping this morning.
That's great. You managed to have a word with Bet?
Yes, I did.
And?
Well, she can take Sally back part-time, but that's all.
That's no good.
No, I told her that. But she reckons she's one of your executives now, so she can only listen to what the till's telling her.
Yeah. So what's new?
Of course, I blame the Japanese, you know.
Do you?
Although it's not their fault exactly.
Oh.
No, you see, they've got short legs and little feet, so they have to walk faster than we do to cover the same distance. Now, that means they get used to being more active than we are, so they work harder and pinch all the jobs.
Well, I've never heard that explanation for the unemployment before, Mrs.
Oh, well, I give world affairs a lot of thought, Kevin.
It's me.
Hiya. Oh, hello, love. Hey, if you've come for your dinner, it's only baked beans.
Oh, no, thanks, Mrs. Ogden. I've not come for my dinner. Kevin, I've got some fantastic news.
Oh?
There's a job going at Tanner's Arms 6 days a week, and I can have it. I know the girl is leaving, Barbara Middleton. She's put a good word in for me.
Hang on, Tanner's Arms, that's miles away.
It's only 20 minutes on bus.
Yeah, 6 days a week. I'd never see you.
Look, Kevin, do you want us to get married or not?
Yeah, but I don't want you working there.
It's a job and it's a wage.
Well, another thing. You know what that Tanner's is like? It's full of flash blokes with flash cars after one thing.
Don't you trust me?
Yeah, it's not that.
It doesn't sound like it to me. I'm doing it for the money for us.
Yeah, well, I don't want you working there.
Then we can't get married.
What's that I can smell?
It's called Demure. I think it's the perfect perfume for me.
Smells like potato pie or even hot pot. Don't tell me you've been trying to make a hot pot. Now, I know the cuisine of this pub's gone down the nick, but that is taking a risk. There's very few people can make a good hot pot. And in my experience, women in particular don't seem to be able to manage that robust yet delicate flavour.
So you won't be having any?
No, too much respect for the internal workings.
Hey, Anna.
Thanks, love.
I said better you than me, love. I said better you than me.
Take no notice of him, love. It's delicious, I know, because I've had some.
They're bound to say that, aren't they? Because they look at them, they've made it. And now, look, honestly, do you think either of them could make a good hot pot, I ask you?
No, I don't. Do I look as if I could make a good hot pot, Percy Sugden?
Mrs. Turpin, I didn't know you were...
He reckons that your hot pot is rubbish, Betty. Isn't that right, Gloria?
Oh, the names he's called it.
I was under total misapprehension. I thought one of these two had made it, not your good self.
Oh, you stranger to the truth, Percy Sugden. He reckons women can't make hot pot for toffee, Betty.
Oh, does he now? Oh, well, you won't be wanting any then, will you? 'Cause you're not going to get any if you did. He's banned from eating my hot pot, and I mean that.
They look like they're enjoying it, don't they?
Yeah, like they haven't eaten for weeks.
You don't know what he's talking about. It's delicious.
Is that your mouth? I can see watering, Percy.
He's definitely close to tears.
Won't have you flipping hot pot now, I was starving to death.
We're taking orders for tomorrow, though, Percy.
Yeah, we'd want your money now, though.
What you been doing to Percy? Bringing him down a peg or two.
It's a lovely feeling.
Rita, you're not wrong. Tim. There's something going on there.
Alan's in a very black mood.
Rita's not exactly full of the joys either.
Do you mind if I join you?
No, of course not. Sit down.
I've been looking all over for you.
Oh. Would you like a drink?
Before I say yes, I've got something to say. I know about you losing your job, and I don't see how I can drink with you without the subject cropping up.
Vodka and tonic, is it?
Maybe they're having a bit of a rough ride at the moment.
Wouldn't surprise me one little bit.
Blaming Nora.
Aye. Brewed up, have you?
Just switched the kettle on. How'd you get on?
Oh, was it in and out like a flash? It's like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, it's nothing new to him, knows it? Divorce proceedings.
It's all forms anyhow. Forms and big words like affidavit and decree nisi.
Do it on purpose, solicitors. Sound posh and clever. Doctors do the same, you know, like when they call something like diverticulitis.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Something my auntie had once. So what's next?
Well, he sends me divorce petition to county court.
Court, eh?
Never wanted to. I could say that Gail and being married to her had nothing to do with me anymore.
Do you want to?
I don't know. I've never been absolutely sure I'm doing the right thing.
Suppose that's how a lot of divorced people feel.
Aye. Anyway, like to say, it's in the hands of my solicitor. If you manage to sort your problem out.
Joking, aren't you? Had a big row with Sally at dinner time. Only wants to work at the Tanners, don't she? No way, I said. So she went off the hook, didn't she?
Sounds like you want to see a solicitor.
You know, I think that's what's wrong with the system. I think we should all have to see solicitors before we get wed. You know, get permission from court, like.
Well, I don't think there'll be many people getting married.
No?
Oh, thanks, love. Well, there's one consolation, I suppose. I'm loaded for the first time in my life. Well, relatively, anyway.
Well, I don't quite...
The redundancy check.
Oh.
Although Jenny's already spent it. In her mind, anyway.
Why don't you blow some of it in? Enjoy yourself. A lot do.
Yeah. What, buy a big car and open an account with a bookie?
Why not?
It's not really me, that, is it? Burdened as I am with my non-conformist conscience, on my mother's side.
And I thought you were just a miserable so-and-so. You'll get another job, Alan. I know you will. Look, have you had a word with Mike Baldwin? He knows a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah.
Jenny says you were thinking of looking, well, away.
Well, you got to do something, haven't you? You can't sit around waiting for a miracle to happen, because miracles don't happen.
I suppose not.
Especially when you're my age.
You're not old.
Do you know, I've never really felt my age. Well, apart from the odd twinge in the left knee and a bit of stiffness when I get up in the morning, yeah.
You should see me staggering downstairs in winter.
But, you know, being made redundant and being turned down for jobs, I suddenly thought, God, I've had it. I'm past it. It's all downhill from now on. And, you know, it really made me feel ill. I had no energy. I had headaches, waking up sweating in the middle of the night.
Oh, love, I know how you must feel. Well, that's daft. I don't know how you feel. I don't know how a fella feels when he thinks he's on the scrap heap. But you're not on it. I mean, look at you. You're a smart, good-looking fella. If you walked through my door, I'd pick you up like a shot.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, anyway.
I mean it. You'll get a job soon, somewhere.
Yeah, of course I will.
You know your trouble?
What?
You're just a bit diffident.
I thought that's what women liked about me.
Women might, but would prospective employers.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mrs. Fairclough.
That's a lot better.
Thanks for making me feel better.
You ought to have known I would.
Hello? Hello? Oh.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ogden. Never woken you up.
No, no, it's all right. I was just having 40 winks. Always been a cat napper like Mr. Churchill.
Is Kevin not home yet?
No, he shouldn't be long, though.
Just come round to say I'm sorry. You know, for losing my rag at dinner time.
You're a bit quick-tempered, aren't you, Sally?
Quick to anger, but quicker to contrition. That's what our teacher used to say about me.
Well, if you are going to get wed eventually, I think you'll have to try and, well, not exactly do everything he tells you to, but try and fit in with him a bit more.
Yeah, I know. He was right about that job. My friend said she spent most of her time fending off fellas with big bellies and big wallets.
My Stan had a big belly, but I don't think he ever owned a wallet in his life.
But I'm going to have to get a job, Mrs. Ogden, or we'll never get married. I reckon we need at least 130 quid a week, and that's without HP debts, you know, for furniture and stuff. And that's not counting clothes and bus fares and records and things.
Well, you could live without records.
No, I couldn't. Don't think Kevin could. But what worries me most, Mrs. Ogden, well, if we don't get married now, we're just going to drift on together until we drift apart. And that'd be a real pity. Because I think we're dead right for each other. And how many other couples can say that?
Hey, such certainty. And how old are you?
19. But being sure of each other, don't suppose that solves our problem, does it?
Well, it's supposed to. You're supposed to be able to live on fresh air.
What, with an appetite like Kevin has?
Well, you can talk.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Sally.
Hmm?
I've got an idea.
Oh, yeah?
Just hang on a minute while I make sure Kevin's tea's not burning.
What, you said you was only going to be working here part-time, Betty?
That was supposed to be the idea, yeah.
She was such a big success, this dinner. Folk were even asking for her autograph. I thought, this woman is indispensable, I thought.
Now, the truth is, she's given Gloria the night off to go see some chap.
Oh, that's another thing about you, Betty. You know, you're not likely to give me any aggro in that department, are you? You know, you mind wandering off on a pair of men's trousers rather than your hot pot.
I might surprise you one day, lady.
That's the spirit, Betty. You're never too old for naughties. That's what I keep telling Al. Once a fortnight.
Oh. Hello, Percy. How are you, Cock?
Jack Duckworth tells you want to see me.
Yes, about this dinner time.
When I was publicly humiliated.
Now, that's a bit strong. We were only pulling your leg.
She meant it.
Well, anyway, Betty's got something for you, haven't you, Betty?
Yep. Your own special little hot pot, Percy.
Do not get round me as easy as that.
Now, come on, it's the best end of neck.
Spuds, slightly browned on top.
I shall count to 5. 1,
I bet Phyllis
2,
Beers would jump at it.
3, 4, 5.
Go on then, you've talked me into it. And I'll have half a bitter to make up for that drink I didn't get at dinner time.
You're a hard man, Percy. Go on, give him a pint, Betty. Hello, my love. How are you?
Not so bad.
Keep your pecker up, eh?
Yeah.
What are you having?
I'll have an orange juice.
One orange juice with a gin in it.
What a good time to you.
I can't stop long.
You've got time for a quick drink, then we'll go and picnic you up and I shall drive you both home.
You'll be spoiling me if you're not careful.
Do you know, I wish I could, love, just to make up for lots of things.
Hey, I love on the house. I can't see myself making any profit at all tonight if I've gone at this rate.
Brian went to see the solicitor this afternoon.
How'd you know?
Kevin told me when he came to the cafe.
He doesn't let the grass grow under his feet, does he, Brian?
Not when he's got divorce on his mind, apparently.
Was tasty, that. Very tasty.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Would you like me to make you a nice cup of tea or a nice cup of coffee?
What's going on here?
What do you mean?
Well, you two, you've been clucking round me like an hen ever since I got home from work. Well, not that I'm complaining, like, I mean, it's what the man of the house is entitled to, isn't it?
You tell him, Mrs. Ogden.
Well, me and Sally have been discussing things.
Oh, that just reminds me, I was discussing a pay rise with Brian. Reckons he can give me an extra £5 a week, but that's all.
Well, I think you can forget about money for the time being.
Well, money's a big problem.
Not if you get married and then live here.
Well, both of us.
You don't think I'll be going home every night, dear Kevin? Or you can be thick sometimes.
Temper, Sally.
I'm sorry.
No, you both live here and have the back bedroom.
Yeah, but you two don't get on.
Ah, well, it'd be different if you were married, wouldn't it? I mean, what I can't condone as a single couple, well, marriage makes it respectable, doesn't it?
In other words, we can do what we like once we're married.
Well, I never said that.
What do you say, Kev? Well, it's only temporary till I get a job.
Sounds a great idea to me.
Oh, good. Then it's all settled then. We can fix a date. Aren't you going to kiss the bride?
Well,
Sorry, Mrs. Ogden, we got carried away.
I think it's high time you two did get wed.
Hey, have you had a shave this morning, Ellen Bradley?
Well, I would have if a certain young lady hadn't been hogging the bathroom for hours.
Well, I've seen fellas like you know me round. They get made redundant and start mopsing round the house all day looking dead scruffy. Hey, you won't be like that, will you, Dad? Nah, of course you won't. Good-looking, clever bloke like you'll be snapped up in no time.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, Jen. But a dozen job applications resulting in 2 replies is not exactly encouraging, is it?
Yeah, well, you've had an interview. That's more than some folk getting a whole year.
And we all know why I didn't get that job, don't we? Because I don't want maturity and experience anymore. If I see one more advert stipulating an age limit of 35, I'll...
Hey, I'll tell you. When I get my album top in the charts, I'll make you my personal manager. 500 quid a week, how would that suit you? Mind you, mine it'll be still after Christmas, though.
Thank you, love. You know, it's you and Rita between you that are just about keeping me sane.
Hey, don't worry yourself, Dad. It'll be all right, it will, honest.
Post!
Oh, morning, Jen. Just the one for your Dad, and, yeah, looks like another bill for me.
Oh, Ta. Hey, Liverpool, who's in your Liverpool?
Liverpool?
Not Kenny Dalglish, is it?
Oh, no, that'll be Dave Lomax. He's an old mate of mine. I dropped him a line the other day.
Is it a better job?
Well, not really, no, but he has got his own business, so I'll let him know the circumstances, hoping he might put out a few feelers for me, yeah. See, I'm clutching at straws now.
Well, open it then. You never know, he might be offering you a partnership. Out loud.
Dear Alan, great to hear from you after all these years. I often wonder what happened to my old sparring partner. Sorry to hear you're going through a bad patch right now. Give me a ring sometime and we'll catch up on all the news. All the best, Dave. Sorry, love. No partnership.
Yeah, but you'll give him a ring, won't you, Dad? Promise? Here, a lucky 10p. I've got a dash. Don't forget to have a shave.
No. Take care now.
Here you are, Kevin. Fresh brewed.
Oh, that's right, Mrs. O.
Hey, do you know, I'm getting all excited at the prospect of another wedding. Must be something about this house. Brings out the romance in folk. Well, there was Eddie and Marion, and now you and Sally, and... Oh, well, there was never a more loving couple than me and my Stan, was there, Chuck? Hey, I bet your dad was surprised when you told him.
Didn't speak to him, did I? Got one of those flaming answering machines. Hello, this is Bill Webster here. I'm sorry, but I'm out at the moment. If you'd like to leave a message... Well, felt like Phil talking at one of those contraptions, didn't I?
Well, of course, I'm quite conversant with them, with Dr. Lowther having one, and Mr. Baldwin, of course. Oh, think on, Kevin. When they come up for the wedding, I could put one of them up at a pinch.
Oh, it's that. I bet Elaine will come up. Well, she's my stepmom.
Oh, Elaine, yeah. She's a lovely girl, in spite of being Percy Sugden's niece. Oh, and don't worry, I'll get that front room bottomed in the next few days.
No, you won't. I think Sally will do that.
Oh, no. Then when you and your lady wife move in there, you'll hardly know I'm here at all.
What, no more singing the Skyboat song at 7 o'clock in the morning? They're slagging Vera Duckworth off over the yard wall.
Well, I suppose it will be difficult to change the habits of a lifetime. Not that I have much to sing about these days, but... Well, I must admit, the thought of you and Sally coming to live here as Mr. and Mrs. Webster, well, it's given me a new lease of life, so to speak.
Yeah, well, it's only temporary. We might not be here long.
Oh, well, no, well, I appreciate that. I mean, young couples should have a place of their own. It's only proper. Then I'll be on my own again.
Yeah, well, we'll come and visit you regular.
Ah, will you? Oh, that'll be nice. You must come for your teas.
Sure.
Oh, hello, Alf. Come in. That's what to be all this pleasure.
It's my lad here. Your dad's on the phone from Southampton. He says, could you hurry up? It's cost him a fortune.
Come on, Chuck.
Thanks, Alf. Right.
Do you fancy a cuppa?
No, I better get back with Oh, blow it. Let Deirdre hold the phone.
Good of you to call, Alf. Do you know, I have thought of having a telephone installed myself. A red one would look nice against me Muriel, don't you think?
Oh, I don't care what colour it is, Hilda, but it saved my feet. Bear in mind, though, phones don't come cheap.
Oh. Oh, well, I'll stick with you then, Alf.
Can't get much cheaper than you, can we?
Oh, Tara. I won't be home for lunch. I'm putting the pressure on a tough nut called Trevor Hargreaves. Do you know, he's got a warehouse the size of the Oval. The only problem is he hasn't got any of my gear stashed in it. Are you listening?
Yeah, of course I am.
Well, you could have fooled me.
In all this time, she showed great loyalty, flair and imagination. Characteristics which are essential in our line of business.
Not one of my employees you're talking about, is it?
No, but it could be. That's my virtues that are being extolled.
Come again?
It's a reference. And a pretty glowing one of that. But you've never written one.
Never. Only about myself.
I sent from it. From my last employee is a market research firm in Newcastle. Do you want to hear some more? Miss Barlow also...
Well, not really, Don. I mean, you're my wife, remember? I know all about your qualities and attributes.
Well, why don't you put them to some good use, then?
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, I do realise, Mike, that you're from the generation that doesn't believe women have a place in commerce or industry.
You're joking. I employ nothing but women. I mean, Ida, Vera, Ivy, they are all women, aren't they?
You know, I'm talking about management level.
Emily. Now, what about Emily? My right-hand man, so to speak.
Baldwin's Casuals may be running at a profit, but on current turnover, it's a pretty small one.
Oh, yeah. And how would my dedicated and imaginative wife advocate that I send my profits rising, eh? Because believe you me, darling, this market research, that's all right. Stand on the street corner, asking punters and then putting a little tick on a clipboard how many tubes of toothpaste that they use in a year. But to get a tough nut like I'm seeing today, to sign on the dotted line for 10 gross of jeans, that's an entirely different ballgame.
I just can't speak to you when you're in this sort of mood, can I? But don't forget, Mike, I warned you from the start. I'm not a domesticated, stay-at-home housewife. I'm not impressed by dishwashers and microwave ovens and waste disposal units.
It is the deluxe model.
I'm 21, Mike, and I've studied hard. And I'm bright, very bright. I could make a success in any business.
I don't doubt that, darling.
Well, then why not yours? I'm sorry, ours. They do say that marriage is supposed to be about putting the other person first.
Not in my book, it's not.
Pardon?
I put our marriage first. Because believe you me, waking up next to someone and then spending 8 hours of the day arguing over, well, packaging, deliveries and, well, designs, that's all one thing. And then coming back and thrashing all over it again, well, that's not one way of keeping us out of the divorce statistics. Believe you me, I've seen it happen much too often.
Well, if you simply wanted someone to cook and clean for you, why did you marry me?
I married you for a multitude of reasons. And just as how you hoped that our lifestyle might improve, well, so did I. Wanted a house, a garden, perhaps even a swimming pool.
Yeah, and a family.
Oh, you bet. Yeah. I mean, that's what married life is all about, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, it is a long time, Dave. Eh? Too long. Listen, thanks for your letter. Yeah, I got it this morning. I was just wondering, you know, I mean, how are things with you? How's business and all that? Oh, heck. Well, yeah, well, I know how they must feel. Well, yeah, it really hits you for six, that, you know. Listen, Dave, I was wondering, well, I was thinking perhaps that you might be able to put out a few feelers for me. Do you know what I mean? Well, you know me, I can turn me on to anything. It's just... Sorry? Oh, yeah, I can hang on.
Morning, Percival.
This afternoon, to be precise.
And you like to be precise, I take it?
Most definitely.
Right. Then you can pay your paper bill, which is £5.40, to be precise.
Never.
Well, it is, Mr. Sugden, because I always put a little red asterisk against the names that owe 3 weeks.
And when it gets to 4 weeks, she sends the heavy mob round, which is Alf Roberts and Betty Turpin.
£5.40.
Thank you.
And no offence, ladies, I think I'll cancel my newspapers from now on.
Oh, there's no need for that, Mr. Sugden.
Before the war, newspapers cost a penny, and they were a lot more interested in that. Why should I pay good money just to read bad news? I know to get a couple shoved through my letterbox every week, and all for free. Tell her.
Ooh, hold me back, ladies, before I strangle him.
Hiya.
Hi.
Well then, what did your dad have to say? Mrs. Ogden told us he'd phoned you. What's up?
They're all flying off to Germany this weekend, aren't they? You know that big job my dad's landed? They're all panicking over the passports and trying to sell the house. Sounding in a right state.
Surely he could scrounge a couple of days off at wedding, say his granny died or something.
Can't just come charging back as soon as he's got there. He wants us to wait till after Christmas. By then, Elaine would have had the baby and they can all come over. He'll be great.
Flaming heck. I'll be too old to get married me soon. I'll end up a frustrated old spinster like Mavis What's-it down at cabin.
It's only 3 or 4 months. It'll fly by.
I wanted us to be married and living in a place of our own by then. I hate relations, you know. They spoil everything.
What's your dad said?
Tackling him about it this afternoon, aren't I? Didn't sink into his thick skull last time.
What do you mean, tackling him?
'Cause he's paying for it all, that's why. Whether he likes it or not.
I still can't get over it, Mike. I can't, honestly.
Get over what?
You, of all people, being married. I never thought you'd have succumbed, Mike. I'd have staked my bank balance on it. I would, honestly. Is the wife joining us, I hope?
No, Susan is not joining us. It's supposed to be a business lunch, remember?
Pity. Go on, then. Sell me something.
Right. Well, as I was saying,
all
my
right,
merchant...
gentlemen? Very nice indeed, thank you.
Fabulous, thank you, Betty.
Oh.
Right. Now, my merchandise...
Just to satisfy my curiosity, where did this romance blossom? Did you meet around here or in the smoke? Must be some girl to trap Mike Baldwin.
Yes, I met her around here, and no, she did not trap me. Now, anything else you'd like to know about her? Like her vital statistics, for example?
Is she loaded? Is that it?
Shut up, neat chop.
He doesn't seem a member of your fan club, Mike. Who is he?
Well, if you must know, it's me father-in-law.
What? You mean to say that fella's the father of your wife?
Catch on quickly, don't you, Trev?
You lucky devil. Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a photograph of her, would you?
Not making much progress, are we, mate?
To tell you the truth, Mike, I'm not over keen on talking business in a pub. Wrong atmosphere, somehow.
Oh. Well, what about a night out?
Now you're talking, Michael. I'm sure that over a superbly cooked meal, a few cigars, a drop of vino, there'll be a favourable chance of us getting our act together. I really do, Mike.
There you go. What night suits you?
Yeah, make it this Wednesday.
All right, then. Wednesday it is. We'll run out to this little place I know in Knutsford. Fabulous grub.
That sounds fine, Mike, but I thought that for a change we'd enjoy a bit of home cooking. So how's about if I come over to your place? I can't wait to meet your better half. I'm sure Susan enjoys showing off her cordon bleu skills. I'd like to bet that's one of the reasons you married her. Go on, Mike, admit it. So, Wednesday it is. Tell you what, I'll bring Dorothy and make it a cosy foursome.
Fabulous. Susan will be delighted.
Is that you, Mike?
Who else, darling?
Wasn't expecting you.
Well, you know me. Man of impulse. Here, peace offering.
They're gorgeous. Carnation's my favourite.
With my heartfelt apologies.
What for?
Well, you know, this morning I was a bit, well, insensitive, wasn't I?
Just a bit.
You know, that reference you had this morning didn't impress me in one bit. I mean, it didn't do you justice by half.
Have you been drinking?
You're just a couple, but as I was listening to that Hargreaves rabbiting away, I kept thinking of you.
Honestly?
Yeah, we shouldn't argue. Arguing's for work. I really enjoy it now.
It upsets me, love. A lot more than you think. They're gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So, how did it go then? You meeting with Trevor Hargreaves?
Oh, so you were listening this morning?
Yeah, of course I was. He's the man with the warehouse as big as the Oval.
We're making progress. But I didn't come back here to talk business.
So, we're all lovey-dovey again, are we, Mr. Baldwin?
Of course we are, my darling.
Don't worry, Mike. We'll both get what we want out of this marriage. I promise you.
I know we will. Just takes time, that's all.
Do you have to go straight back?
Afraid so. But I'll be home real early.
I'll be waiting. Thanks for the carnations.
Au revoir.
Hello, Kenneth.
Just looking for a small present for Tracy.
Oh, it's not a birthday, is it?
No, but
Sometimes I think we forget that kids have their worries and their troubles, you know. So a small gift to take a mind off the trials and tribulations of school life.
Well, what about a game like Snakes and Ladders? Or there's a quiz book.
Ah, just the thing. As long as it's got the answers in the back, otherwise I might live to regret it.
Hey, Riley, I thought I told you Kenneth Barlow was banned from crossing our threshold.
I thought you were only joking.
What's all this, pray?
Oh, well, it's all because of Percy Sugden cancelling his papers. That's the cause of it.
Due to the likes of you shoving free newspapers through folks' letterboxes. Now, this could lead to all-out war, no holds barred.
Ah, but surely, if I get Percy Sugden out of your hair, I deserve a medal at least.
Perhaps you're right. Go on, push off before I change my mind and have you shot at dawn.
Bye.
Bye. Rita, I don't know how you dare talk to people like that. I don't really.
Well, it's probably all due to this finishing school I went to. I was always top in manners and etiquette.
Ladies.
Oh, you'll have to excuse Rita. She's in one of her jokey moods.
Oh, well, that's good, because I'm going to ask a favour now. I've just been on the phone to an old mate of mine.
In Liverpool?
And yes. And how did you know that?
Ah.
Jenny, I suppose. Anyway, he's asked me to go over and see him this afternoon.
That sounds promising, doesn't it?
Well, it could be, but he's had to lay off a couple of men himself lately.
Oh,
Anyway, when I got the big E, I had to say goodbye to the company car as well. So
and
I've-
you'd like a loan of my jalopy, is that it?
If you wouldn't mind, love, I'll fill the tank up, of course.
Oh, of course you can. I'd come with you myself and have a wild day in New Brighton, but I can't leave Mavis. She gets flustered.
Oh, Rita. Anyway, good luck, Alan. Keep my fingers crossed for you.
Thanks, Mavis.
Yeah, good luck, love. I'll see you later, and I'll have a bit of tea ready for you when you come back.
Smashing.
Bye, love.
Bye now. Bye.
Oh, now, don't take on, Sally. When all's said and done, he is your father.
Oh, yes, some rotten father.
Well, you must realise, love, that folk do say things in haste, you know, on the spur of the moment. He'll change his mind.
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, no.
Hey, what's all this? What's up, love?
Oh, you might know it's me rotten father, isn't it? He just doesn't want to know anything about our wedding. Says he's not forking out good money on booze and grub for other folk to enjoy. Didn't even congratulate me.
Oh, well, don't go upsetting yourself, love. It isn't worth it.
Nearly had me adopted when I was a kid. Wish they had. Couldn't have been worse off, could I?
Now, I'm not having you talking like that, Sally. Do you hear me?
Oh, well.
Hey, wipe those eyes. I've got a little present what might cheer you up a bit.
What is it?
Well, go on, open it. Oh, isn't that lovely?
I know it's only second-hand, so... Well, I could tell you was dead keen on it. Remember, so when you tried it on the market.
Well, don't just go up at it. Say something.
Oh, Kevin. It's the nicest thing anybody's ever given me. Oh, I do love you, Kevin. Monster, I really do.
He loves you and all. Only knowing fellas, he won't like saying so, because I'm here. So, I suppose you two would like me to make myself scarce so you can be alone together.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Ogden.
Well, hard luck, because I'm not going to. Got the rest of your lives to be together, so I'm taking you for a celebration drink. Come on, Kevin, get yourself changed. And you, Sally, up them stairs, get your face on. Come on, shift yourselves.
Thanks, Mrs. Ogden. Oh, you're the best mum I ever had.
Oh, go on with you.
To Mike and Susan, 5 months of wedded bliss.
Any regrets?
No, none, honestly.
No, me.
No more arguments, eh?
Oh, definitely not. I mean, I've got an unfair advantage, haven't I?
Advantage?
Well, you can hardly go running home to your father, can you?
No, he'd probably kick me out. Yelling, a wife belongs to her husband.
Yeah, and this time he'd be right. For once.
What's the matter?
Hey? Oh, it's all right. I don't want to burden you with me business worries, do I?
Yeah, I want to be. A trouble shared, etc. Come on, it's something to do with Trevor Hargreaves, isn't it?
You must be psychic. Very cagey fella is Trevor. I'm hoping to clinch a big deal with him over dinner on Wednesday night. That's if I can keep him sober. He likes the old tipple, does Trevor?
You're going to be driving, I hope.
Thought I might take him to that little place in Knutsford, then into town to a nightclub. Yep, he likes a bit of the nightlife when he's off to the East, does Trev, so it'll be a late night, darling. Don't wait up.
I don't think I like the sound of this. And as for that little place in Knutsford, don't you remember what happened last time we ate there?
Oh, blimey, yeah, I forgot about that. Look, is there any way you can recommend at short notice? I mean, it's got to be right. Atmosphere, wine, food. Could be a biggie, this deal, you know, if it comes off.
Well, there's only one place I know that meets those criteria.
Oh? Where's that?
Here. Where else and just forget the night spot afterwards?
Here? Oh, no, darling, I couldn't dream of that.
Well, why not? I can hold a dinner party as good as anybody, and I can create the right atmosphere. Or haven't you got any confidence in me at all?
Well, of course I have. But you've got a lot on your plate at the moment, haven't you? I mean, what with job hunting and everything?
Mike, I insist. Unless you want another row. I want time to bring his wife.
All right, darling, you win. And one thing's for sure. You can twist me right round your little finger, can't you?
It's as easy as anything.
I've washed them pots you left since dinner time.
Oh, Tari, I hate washing up.
I have noticed. So you can dry 'em and put 'em away. Hey, your dad's late, isn't he? I don't know whether that's a good sign or bad. I hope he's not drowning his sorrows in one of them Liverpool pubs.
Oh, don't say that, Rita. I'd hate for him to be let down again. I'll be able to tell, you know, from his face. I can read him like a book.
Well, now's your chance, he's here.
Hey.
Well, go on then, tell us. Did he have you out? He didn't, did he? I can tell by your face. You know, I don't know why you bothered going.
Jenny.
What?
Belt up, listen. Any luck, lad?
Well, it wasn't a wasted journey. Dave offered me a job. I can start when I like, and it's good money. Very good money.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wonderful. Oh,
There's,
that's smashing. No better than you deserve.
There's just one little snag, though. The job's in Dubai. 3 months initially.
Dubai? Where is that exactly?
To the side of the world. Hey, can I come with you?
Oh, Anna, now disappointing for you. I mean, you can hardly accept that, can you?
Well, it is a job, Rita. A regular salary. And good prospects, very good prospects.
Oh, I see.
The Street is back this evening at 6:30. Well, next on Plus, Sid James's Mr. Abbott in Bless This House.